as the clash of clouds rumble above, a clash of swords ring down below on the rocks of Stormford as we pick up where we left off. Last week, we saw the party make their way toward the rocky outcropping of the surface of Stormford, also challenging and joining in on several skirmishes on the rocky front and the cliff sides of Stormford. We had Varsha, Jet, and Smith were over here as they were able to take and lead a small group of some of the prisoners and inmates from the fourth floor underneath Stormford as they made their way up toward the rockside cliffs here. And as they were trying to join the battle, they were able to get the jump on some ranged sentries as they were trying to lay down some cover fire on a skirmish, which Tythair was just beginning to join. And I believe that's where we left off. Tythair screamed something like, "Attack!" and then jumped and left off of a cliffside and then slid down a wet shield of one of the sworn as they started to attack and bite their swords into one another as battles started to ensue. We are using a little bit of a homebrew tweak here, and I'm beginning to start to use some of the large-scale battle mechanics that I am sort of thinking of and testing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, I need an acrobatics test from the defending squad, which is Tythair. You are the leader. So I need an acrobatics test as you are defending, as I will give you my...
Ooh, 13. That means that was a 3 for me.
My athletics. I rolled a natural 20. So what a way to start this off. So natural 20 is going to yikes. You had a natural 20 last time on your acrobatics, right? And then you did a counterattack.
Yeah.
Do I have any rolls for a successful
Outright
slaughter?
Face to face.
Yeah. Let me.
War combat is not Ty's special.
Bonus headbutt.
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
absolute sense that he's getting swarmed and beaten up here.
I could just double the damage, but that's really dangerous. I'm gonna do
Kill
it.
him.
Kill him. Okay, so I rolled a 4. I rolled a 4, so that as if we double the dice, because that's what we do here. Because if we double the damage, then Ty would be dead, and we have to remember that. So actually 6 wounds total, as I rolled a 4 and a 2. So 6 wounds of your squad starts to then diminish. Meaning, and how this translates in the narrative, is that squad that you chased down or the squad that you joined started to then merge, and as they did, there was a shifting or a dance where they would switch positions, but the melee and, of course, the conflict wasn't a graceful tango, as a lot of swords and shields and open fists were making their way and attacking and pulling off armor and pulling people down and being trodden on. There was no real graceful move as these two squads shifted and melded. Now there are two sides. At the beginning of last episode, I think we had this was sort of split. There was a pincer happening here between your squad or your unit and the sworn here. But now, since that there has been that merge, it was not a smart move, but I think one out of desperation, as some of the sworn, as they start to stand near each other, you start to hear rallies and prayers to the Emperor God King, or the God King Rolthane, as battle starts to then scream over, I think, the cries of some falling, as 6 of your squad begin to fall. I'm just going to make noises as I kill them, because this is the equivalent to me playing with my action figures. Ah, yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna move
For the
this
record,
guy
this is
here.
Suikoden.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. If anybody ever wants to play Suikoden,
This is just what happens.
this is what it is. They're released, yeah. It goes from being like normal combat to like a big scale combat.
Nice.
It's almost like a rock paper scissors thing.
Hell yeah. And look at me being creative and original. All right, so let's head
Every
on
time,
over
dude,
to...
I'm telling you,
always.
there is absolutely nothing you can ever create that someone didn't do before.
Exactly. With
the
that, though, it is
worst
your
thing
turn, Ty, as you make this shift. And some, like I said, there has been... you don't know your squad or your unit doesn't know the area as well. I think passion has fueled the fires of war here in their minds, and that could have potentially been an error as some walk in the swords of others and fall right there on the rocks. I believe this Templar, the one sworn here with the large gold wings, someone walks towards him, and as they try to do this move or try to get behind him, you see he skewers one of them and spins and then slides them off of their sword, and then one of the inmates just slump against the rock with a horrible crunch and a horrible knocking sound as most of their bones just sort of flap against this wet rock, and the blood drips off of his sword, and he kind of looks at you and he points his sword at you, army still clashing behind. But for a moment, you both share this pause as it is now your turn. How do you lead your squad to respond? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people left, and Tenno is also a part of that squad. So
Now, there is a thing here where everybody is kind of semi-unarmed. What do they have?
they have light weapons. So light weapons are D4 damage. You do D4 wounds.
This is kind of ridiculous, but I have so many weapons on me. If I was to dish out some of my daggers and my short bow and my scimitar to some of these others, would that affect anything? Because I wasn't...
Yeah. You can
I can arm them.
You can take your turn to arm them. A lot of damage just happened. And I think in this moment, maybe also with this massacre-like critical move that I just did, rolling a natural 20, you could take your turn instead of attacking them. You can just hold your action or just forego your action to arm your squad. Do you think it really comes down to, do you think your acrobatics is going to withhold another attack against them? Likely. Am I going to roll another natural 20? Unlikely, but it could happen.
As much as Ty is ridiculous, and I will absolutely see red and attempt to take on these guys, I think after seeing that, I would rather give them more of a fighting chance. And
it didn't go down how you thought. You jumped off of a cliff to be a hero, and then slid off of a shield, and then were horribly mistaken as you probably stumbled backward and just saw a bunch of your men get murdered, and you're like, oh shit. In
that time, I am dashing between them, and I push my falcata into the hands of the most capable looking.
Okay.
Because these are all just escaped convicts. That's all they are, right? They didn't have nothing. They've just picked up rocks and shit like that. So I run over to another guy. I push my dagger into his hand. I have the returning dagger, which I push into the hand of another person. This new ruby dagger I have, I keep for myself.
Okay.
And the short bow, I throw the quiver down for whoever picks it up behind me, and then I turn around and I'd rather take my turn to give us more of a fighting chance.
Sure.
Than make
it's a good choice.
Attack.
Yep, because you do also have a strong acrobatics, so there's a good chance that you could tactically, in this moment, defend the attacks of the people who are arming themselves.
That's what I will concentrate on.
Okay.
I am weirdly good at defense in this mini game.
Yeah.
And incredibly good at attack in smaller scale combat. Abysmal in large scale combat. It makes complete sense.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that was their turn. I have a new turn, or another squad that needs to then act. They're going to move... Oh, wait, you have another person here. That's good to know. I'll move them up towards you. So you just have your squad up here sort of a little bit more together. This unit back here is going to, I think, officially merge with this, which means they're just going to consolidate. And this is a word I used last time, and then everything went down. They're going to consolidate here, and the Templar is going to move up, and then I'm going to actually, like I said, merge them, which is just going to be me deleting their turn, and they're just going to act on that same turn as the other, just making a larger squad. If the Templar dies here, then there is another one to take his place, and things like that. I could move up and make an attack, and I think I'm going to. I rolled a 16 for a... Oh, wait. Templar. This is an 18. Yes.
All right. 18's easy to beat. You ready for that? 29 total. 29.
All right, great. So, yeah, they start to swarm around, and some people start to push through and then get their attacks in. But you watch this happen. The guy who threatened you, or that Templar who held up his large blade and threatened you, you for a moment were looking at him, and you read the message. But what you're more focused on was the attacks creeping and crawling around him. And as they made their way forward, you were able to then start dropping some weapons onto the ground and then start defending and parrying some of these attacks. For a moment, or at least 6 seconds, you are holding a brunt of these attacks as some of these confused inmates start to pick up some of these wares. Awesome.
That I can do very easily. Okay. It's that strange thing where those light-armed people with just a dagger are parrying the big swords, and then they turn and parry another one, and then I skirt underneath a mist swing and jump in front of another dude.
Yeah, for a moment you are able to distract the attacks from these and I think with your acrobatics you are able to then, of course, showcase that. Varsha, it is your turn. You and the rest of the party are in this unit over here. You've just taken out centuries of, like, I think it was, 4 or 5 gunblade wielders. They were firing over their shields and bucklers toward as cover fire. What is it that you'd like to do here?
We will move forward. I think we can get about halfway there. Front person, 30 feet is
here-ish?
Right here. Yep, that's exactly right.
Okay.
And I don't think they know that we're here yet because we annihilated the last group. So we're going to try to do that again. Come flank them.
Yeah, flank in. You do have some ranged weapons. You can make a ranged attack. Okay.
Nope.
Are you going to double
If they don't
move?
know that we're there, I think we would. Yeah.
Okay, double move then.
Yeah.
All right, and what does 30 bring us here?
30. I don't know if I would want to go the full 30 though, because then they'll see us and attack. Decisions. We'll go 20 feet away from them. So yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Varsha. As the leader wishes everybody to move quick. And wow, natural 20. Okay. I think as... let me know how this goes down, I guess. Yeah. So you
I'm exhausted. It's disadvantage.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
But is the entire group at disadvantage?
Yeah, we were not because it was.
Yeah. You're right. It's the group, so it's not. It's not a
individually. We're still.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So
well, in that case.
Yeah. In that case, still. Also, 18 is pretty damn good too. So tell me what happens. Some of these inmates start to push past and start to grab and start to buckle themselves with some of the leather armor and are able to fit one of these masks on.
Yeah, I think.
And they start
Varsha
to
helps
make their way
with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if everybody is getting ready to, I guess she's picking up armor and she's putting it on people and making sure it's strapped on, and then just without words, she says we're going in and we're gonna attack. We're gonna attack them. So be quiet and let's move forward, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that's it. And then they just move forward slowly and quietly. I don't know if where Ty is, or if I can make eye contact with anybody on the other in the other unit so that they can see that we are coming.
Ty, make a perception. See if you can notice
Is this
one.
me individually? Should I?
This is you individually.
Yeah.
All right. 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too busy defending.
I think he's too busy defending.
I'm
He's
spinning
making
around doing my Tythair dances.
Yeah. And you
He's
do
always
notice, I
dancing.
think, as you're approaching Varsha, you have seen this sort of style of fighting before. Usually, Ty runs in, attacks, and leaves. And that's usually what he's been doing. But the only other time that he's made this full dance of blades, it was when he was fighting, was the introduction to Smith. When he was he would stay back and just use the momentum that he knew would be brute force from the Sworn against them in his own movements. It's almost like he's in his own separate element. He can kill things, obviously, but now it's almost a sense of enjoyment as he dances around these attacks, which is super cool. I am going to skip this turn because I just moved them and I just fucked them up. So Ty, it's actually right. No,
yes,
it's not.
they just merged. No, they just merged with the other group. So technically, it's the other group's turn now. But they're a part of the other group.
Yes, it is. Okay, thank you. So they do actually have to make it. Okay, so yeah, they are going to attack. You got a natural 20, so they're not going to see you. They're going to go ahead and attack. I rolled an 11 to attack your group. Ty, what is your acrobatics as you start to then defend? Okay.
16.
With a 16.
I continue to do my little
you start to,
dancing.
and I think that also inspires some others to then block and start getting ready as well for their next attack. In saying such things, it is now your turn as they all do what?
This time I guess we'll attempt to attack. Like, we're just going to get overrun. We have to attack in some way. We can't dance around forever. I have no idea that we've got reinforcements on the way other than the ships, but
the Camilla, I believe, is making its way toward
running out of time.
The dock.
Unless I honestly just don't think I have anything else I can do here. So some attempt to attack, which is another 8.
Okay. With your 8, your attacks, bows are loosed as well as daggers are being flown. I think the camera focuses on one of the inmates as they throw one of the featured extras. As they throw the dagger, it spins through the air for a moment and sticks in, or it bounces off of some of the armor of a Sworn. The Sworn looks back at all of you. And then, for a moment, the camera focuses as the prisoner then catches the blade seemingly out of nowhere as it starts to return to its former owner. And then he goes to throw it again. But unfortunately, a lot of the attacks that have been thrown through here do not find purchase. As I think a shield wall is thrown up by the Sworn here, and many attacks are. Many attacks are thwarted. Varsha, it is your turn.
We will move forward and attack.
Okay.
Surprise attack.
Just out of curiosity, are we Are we up in elevation compared to them?
Yes. Yes, you are.
And there's rocks all around.
I would like to initiate the attack.
Don't do it.
Once we've rolled for it, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
I will just mention to Varsha then and say,
As you're creeping up.
Varsha, I can take those rocks out. Knock them all down on those guys.
Plan B. That'll be plan B.
Varsha,
But I don't think we need it.
Varsha wants blood. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I rolled an 18, by the way.
18. All right. So you start to make your way up forward here, and some of these inmates start to consolidate. You can feel free to move your character where you think they would be in this fight.
And I think Jet said he wanted to initiate it, so.
So, the closest one, we're still in stealth, yes, as we're approaching them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to
You're
pull
all
out
crouched
my...
in the eye on all of our collective HUDs is closed.
I'm going to pull out my vial, the one that's clear with the foamy bubbles. I'm going to shake it and then open it, and then a foamy hand's going to come up from behind one of the guards, and it's going to go over his face. And as he screams, you don't hear anything, but the bubble just goes bigger, which allows the rest of them to then come towards and pincer into them. And just as they attack, it pops up, and then
So for a moment, a creepy crawly hand of mage hand sneaks into a full helmet, and then we see just as suds start to overflow out of the helmet, which then distracts them. And in that moment, the camera shifts to its focus to the new attacking squad as you roll an 18. Okay, I'm gonna roll my acrobatics. I rolled a 7. So you get to deal some damage, Varsha, you and your squad. You now have a d6 of wounds to deal against. Okay, perfect. As a 1 is rolled, unfortunately, I think that's hard. Like, I kind of want to give you advantage on this because also you just snuck up on them, and I want to give you that benefit of being able to be sneaky. So why don't you go ahead and roll it again?
Please don't be a 1.
Wow.
Fuck.
Okay, this makes more sense. I don't want you to sneak up and kill one person and they all go, what the hell? And then stop. So in this fight, this is good. So I rolled a 1, and then with the advantage that I just gave her, it was a 6. So not entirely what I wanted, but 6 is fine. So go ahead and tell me what happens here as.
I think Varsha is very much in the zone, as it were. She's focused on Tenno and this fight, and I think Jet kind of... I like to think, and correct me if I'm overstepping here, Meyer, but I like to think that Jet and Varsha maybe just exchange a look, so she knows he's going to initiate, and once he starts, then she just comes in and everybody else follows. It's silent, but
deadly.
Everybody knows exactly what to do, I suppose.
Okay.
You're overstepping. We would never make eye contact.
Never, ever.
Okay.
And I think she thinks about the plan for a second of the rocks, but it's not good enough.
Yeah,
Not
I think
that
as
the
you
plan
approach,
isn't good, but she wants it to be personal. So.
Yeah, as you approach and you make your approach towards the sworn, knowing that this is, or in your mind, you're thinking and convinced that this is a great idea. There's still that overbearing foreshadow thought, or that overbearing upstaging thought of the looming rocks ahead that could have been the option as well. So it's just that,
and also
that conflict, that conflicting thoughts the entire time. Is this the good idea? Awesome.
Also, if he can do it, so can they. So that's just something that's on my mind as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To keep an eye out, because they might also try it.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome round. That did some good stuff. I need to do my round. Okay, so in response, some of these... Wow, you really took out a lot of my people. You sunk my sworn battleship. So you are going to be... I think what's going to happen here is they are going to attack... They're going to turn and attack you, Varsha. And that is cocked. And that is a 12... No, it's a 14. And you got a 12. Okay. So they... this sworn turn and attack you, and... Okay, still cocked. As they do, their scrum starts to happen. You lost, I think this is also probably in tandem of your attack. There is a brutal bath between the 6 that you've killed, and also in exchange, you're not out of the woods, as 5 of yours have also been taken down as well in this initial scrum. That's you, almost deleted you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. As the front lines is looking pretty grim as I think around you, some of these inmates like are looking at you as some of them die, and they are being attacked and fallen and wounded and screaming for help. And unfortunately, it is just the currency of war. I need...
so sorry. Are they, like, I know this is a mini battle fight. They're dead, right? Or are they actually crying out to be healed? Because I know for a fact the Sworn can heal them, and I will do something different next round if that's the case.
They are not full. They're out of combat, but they're not fully dead. Like they're out of commission and dying, but not necessarily. Like there are some who have been killed outright, but there are still, of course, the wounded. So yes, that is what happens.
This just started the dark Varsha arc of this anime, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. They look out to you as here. Now we started, and they say help or why. All right, and now it is Ty. It is your turn as the camera shifts focus over toward the Templar that is staring face to face with Ty, who's up front doing a lot of defending right now.
Have I seen them behind these guys?
Yeah. I think you do see flares of magic happen, familiar magic of Varsha's booming blade, and also maybe suds seep through one of the Templar's helmets, and also the electrical arcs that is skipping and scattering through some of the sworn soldiers that remind you and welcome your friends to the fight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll take that as a compliment.
So, considering some crazy shit, but where are the ships?
And that's what I like to hear. What did you say?
Where are the ships? Oh, this has probably only been like less than a minute, hasn't it? So,
yeah, ships are still pretty far out. But they are still on approach. At least one of them is.
Yeah.
There are, if you, with a quick glance, you notice that the Camilla has moved closer, but you can't quite register that others have moved at all in that time. But they're also very far away. It's hard to tell.
I think the best response then, honestly, I would probably just have everyone like rush at them again.
Okay.
Use the confusion of Varsha and their group appearing behind them, and then also just really pincer them in.
Yeah.
And use this opportunity to try and attack. Even though our attacks have been pretty freaking useless right now.
Okay.
With a 6, it continues, yeah.
With a 6, I rolled a 6 too.
Makes it, breaks it.
Makes it. Yeah, I'm just looking for skills and savings. No, yeah, makes it, breaks it. Okay. Hit me with some of that damage.
What is my damage now then?
Your damage now is a d6. Since you have spent.
Can I just roll 1d6?
Yep, you just roll 1d6.
3.
Okay. You seem to have the upper hand in that attack as 3 from the front line fall. Cool. All right, Varsha.
We will attack.
Okay.
Push the attack.
26.
Yeah.
The dark Varsha rock.
Here it comes.
Have one of those like one red glowing eye things going on, like
Yeah.
Anime
Go ahead and roll me a d6 because you have broken through their defenses. Awesome. As 2 are wounded off of the front line of the Sworn here, but in response they get to attack as well, and they're going to attack you, Varsha. I rolled a 12. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. So. Well, yeah, this still sort of counts as everything. This was a natural 1 for those listening, for the acrobatics or the defense, which I guess still sort of counts as a crit. So, or a crit on my success. So I'm going to double the damage here. Or double the damage dice. For 8. As 8 prisoners start to fall incapacitated on the front line. I think that was 8. Yikes.
It's one more.
Okay. Oof. See Daisy. All right. As so Varsha.
I don't. Far be it for me to suggest anything, but obviously this roll's already happened. Would you argue?
I can.
That since Smith is the in the Guardian armor and is kind of meant to be the tank here, that he would be doing the defense? Obviously, that role has already happened.
Yes.
But I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes, I could argue that. Yes. But then you'd be the leader.
Okay.
You'd
Well,
also
no,
do
I don't
the
want to
attack
take
as
anything
well.
away from Varsha.
Right.
No,
But then,
I
but then you'd be leading. So which then would be it would be taking your attacks and things like that. It's just that's sort of. Yes, I do see that, and maybe that is something we can.
Can we just narratively
Isn't this
say,
more
since it
like-
was a critical failure, I'll do it. I'll offer it up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get fucking stabbed,
this is
and
like
then
your-
Smith steps forward and now does it.
You give
Yeah.
an order that represents the number, but individually, Smith is still there in the background doing his own fighting against something,
Yeah.
and Varsha
Yeah.
is doing her individual fighting against a thing, and all these things are. And this is the overall role, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the
the
overall.
influence
This is
of
the overall
the-
role.
The choice.
Yeah, let's do that. I like what you offered as well, Varsha.
Yeah. Take me out instead of one of the prisoners. I'm downed. And now Smith has to do it.
Okay. So I will take off my second roll, so only 6 have died. Which can I do this?
Oh, we can do that. Instead of my 6 dying earlier on, can we perma jet?
Oh yeah, all right, we can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
all right. Perfect. Okay, so so the second roll didn't happen, and we'll take you out instead, Varsha.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to delete you from this, but we'll maybe just put you over here. Actually, we'll just maybe give you
The sleepy face on her.
the sleepy face on. Where's the sleepy face? Oh yeah. Oh, sleepy Varsha. Okay, awesome. Nap time. Ty, it is your turn. As you see, I think as you're fighting, you hear a scream cry out from Varsha. You look over, and a blade seems to have gone past her defenses. A booming blade fizzles out in her hand, or off of her sword, as it sort of turns to steam for a second, and it looks like, and then Smith sort of steps up as well and starts to then drag her away from the front line and steps in her place. What do you do, Ty? And of course, if there's something different that happens here, let me know, Cast, if your character would do something different in those cases.
To give them a chance to recoup a little bit, can I draw attention to our group instead? So instead of me attacking here, I do something that maybe draws an attack towards us, because we're a good defensive group. But we're sucking at attacking here. So if I can do something with our action, as it were, to have them
To taunt them.
towards us, to give Smith a chance to come
Make
up.
a-
First of all, retreat Varsha, and then come up with his own thing.
Performance, persuasion, or intimidation. I'll let you.
Intimidation, please.
Yep, and intimidate.
Me's more scary than clever, witty. Not that scary though.
Okay.
Intimidation. But I just don't come up with anything good to shout. I'm probably just shouting, "You cunt," and that just is not effective.
Yeah, well, it is
in a true taunt way, I guess.
It is effective, as I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay, good. You cunt. I shout
yeah, as
at the
I'm gonna
biggest
yell
one.
to Ty if I can.
of course you can.
Ty! Boom!
No idea what that means.
Okay. Well, boom it is.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. All right.
I don't know.
I love it.
In or our character, I have no idea what is about to happen. So
Sweet.
but here's the thing: what we're doing though, we're doing what is essentially. This is not what's happening because I don't know exactly what they're doing. We're doing the thing like where they used to hit their shields and move backwards to try and get, And
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of like shouting a load of bollocks at the guys that are leading their group and drawing their attention over to us, while also kind of doing the like back up slowly thing to our group and
that.
like taking a defensive stance. So
Sure.
that is what we're doing here. I'd like to draw at least an attack, if not the next couple of attacks over to us. We got that like
I think.
hot gates thing going on as well.
I think what happens is on the stairs, which I do have. I did make a thing for the steps, which I don't. On the stairs, which is over here. Oh, never mind. It doesn't look like the thing did anything. Right, I'll just go back over to where we were. Over on the stairs, as you make your way backward, there's a bit of a silence starts. The crowd and the war or the battle cries start to dull for a moment. And as they do, there's this awkward silence after blades are being pulled out of wounded prisoners. And there's a silence. There is, I think, after Smith screams, "Tie! Boom!" That hangs in the air for a second, and then everybody is sort of trying to process what that means. And in that, leaves this awkward silence. And then, Ty, you start to then take, and correct me if I'm wrong, you take your blade and start slapping the flat of it against the rocks. And then the prisoners start to look at you and start doing the same thing as you start to back up. Ching, 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 ching. As this chorus of percussive taunting starts to then, as you are scraping the blades across the rocks, as you're then preparing for what looks like to be a fight. A lot of these prisoners are uncertain about what you're doing, but they start to follow you in this movement. And that does the Templar who was attacking Varsha's crowd, and that unit then stop and look over at you at what that noise is, and then they see that you are trying to at least do with that banging the shield thing. You're trying to taunt them by backing up about 5 or 10 feet and chink, chink, and just getting their attention as they now have their eyes on you. Nicely done. That's fucking cool. All right. They went Varsha's crowd, which is now Smith. You and your small party. It is your turn.
I want to clarify something here.
Of course.
The rocks that are on the western side there.
Yes. These rocks
Are they how high up are they?
These rocks are lower than
These.
than the others. Yeah. I can actually. Can I actually?
And this is the dock over here.
Are you on this map? Can you see this?
I'm on a black screen right now.
Can you see this?
Yes.
All right. So Ty and that doesn't matter, but that is the steeps or the steps where
Right.
you are. I would show
Gotcha.
you chat, but I'm not sure why. So you have the entire right side, which is higher, about 15 or so feet than the other side. As this is one large switchback.
Okay. Can you take me back to the other map then? This dock, is this the dock that heads towards the ships?
Correct.
Okay. This is stone, yes?
That is stone, mason, cobbling, yes.
Shatter, right underneath all those guys right there. Get as many as I can underneath them.
Okay.
The stone floor. Can I do that with my action?
Of course you can. Combat is still going to happen, of course. And you, for a moment, as combat does ring through and as they're looking the other way, you start to see and piece together what could be done here. As you then cast Shatter, please describe how that happens, and if you could spam it in the chat.
Yeah, I sort of tense up and lower myself down, sort of huddling down into a mass, and I bring my hands together with the speakers, the reverberation of thunder starting to come together as the rock directly below the mass of people on the southern side there
Okay.
all begin to hear this reverberating sound. As rubble and mason stone get shattered.
Okay.
Am I doing a normal damage for this, or what would you like me to do?
I am going to roll a save for them. And I've rolled a 17.
Beats it.
As you focus and the masonry starts to crackle and explode in chunks, bits of tile fly into the air. Some of these sworn are knocked off balance as they then fall to the ground and clamber to get back up. What happens on a save?
It's half damage.
Half damage. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d6, and we'll take half of it for wounds. Okay. So
It's a 3.
It is a 3. So I'm going to round up as 2 fall here. As 2 fall, yeah. Some, I think, one of them slips into the mud or the really steep incline that is the edge of the water here, and they slip. And as they do, they try to grab and grasp onto the dock, but it is far too deep, and they don't have much purchase as their armor starts to slip. And you just see this one sworn sink into the depths that go seemingly into the darkness below, indicating it is not safe to slip in from here. As some others slip and fall as well. I think he grabs onto, or the guy who slipped and fell tries to grab on to another, and in that, the weight of him going under, kind of like dropping like a necklace off of a desk, the amulet falls, or the piece falls, and then the chain falls with it. It grabs the cloak, and most of the weight is sinking underneath into the depths, and so does, with that momentum, pulls the other sworn away as you are able to knock them off balance and to slip and slide into the depths.
Would it be, I guess, forward to petition that because he spent a level 2 spell slot on this, that the attack is with advantage?
It's a spell save, but
It's true. It is the spell save. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help out.
I get that. Thank you. And thank you for bringing that stuff up too, because I'm always interested in talking about it and saying no. Haha. It is now their turn. So you're able to knock 2 of them off with that shatter, and they are. Now it's hard because now we've got evens. They're going to attack Ty. And odds, they will be attacking Smith. Evens, they attack Ty. Okay. Ty, I need you to make an acrobatics. As I rolled 13.
23.
Okay. Yep. They turn, and I think they weren't even paying attention to the shatter that went off. Rubble flies into the air as 2 slip and fall into the depths, but they are still, I think they look for a moment, but they are not interested as they see these inmates trying to taunt for their death as they charge and attack, and are able to you're able to defend, and they are as well, as you are ready for that attack. Nice. Ty, it is your turn.
I will, if you will permit it,
Okay.
do the same kind of thing. I want to continue to try and draw their attention towards us.
Okay.
I'm basically probably speaking backwards to them. It would be under my breath, but not actually under my breath, because I'd assume there's actually quite a lot of ambient noise going on here, but
Right.
some form of like keep their attention. Trust me, keep their attention. And I'm pointing past them to Smith and Jet, assuming like in a way that is like they're gonna do something. I don't know what that gesture would be, but I'm
Yeah. And
trying
I think
to
they look at you.
not give it away to the people that are standing right in front of me, but
Yeah.
also tell some of the guys behind me to keep the attention of the Sworn, purely because I don't know exactly like what proximity I'm in and where I am with everyone. There's something like that going on.
Okay.
So I'm just essentially just trying to keep their attention. I'm goading the guy that's in front of me when I'm he's glancing blows. I'm like, yeah, try again.
Yeah, having this conversation.
You'll hurt yourself. Just saying shit like that. Just trying to keep their attention on me and on us.
Awesome. They growl and grunt in response. The God King will wipe you and your kind from harm.
He's gonna wipe my ass. That's what he's gonna do.
And Smith, you and your turn, and your crew.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go in for the. I think we're just gonna move up and try and sandwich an attack.
Okay. All right. And you all move up forward. Varsha, I'm gonna move you back. But you are still in the squad. But yeah, all right, cool. Ty, did you just went? No, it's my turn. Excuse me. Okay, so they will continue evens once again. Evens, they're going to go against Ty. Odds, they will go with Smith. Evens, they're going to keep fighting Ty. And I got a natural 20. Okay. Yeah. So, as...
Can I defeat that? I guess I can roll to see if I get a natural 20, do I, or not?
Yeah, you can roll and see if you get a natural 20.
Does this count as... I'm curious about the rules here, because
Yes.
as I'm to understand it, in Orthodox D&D that none of us play, cry in the comments about it. In Orthodox
this
D&D,
homebrew
you
game.
can't actually crit on a skill check, apparently.
Correct.
Only on, like, attacks and stuff.
Correct.
I don't know if that's your rule, and also I don't know what this counts as in this
Correct.
Suikoden minigame.
Yeah, so you can't really crit in Orthodox D&D.
I
On
call it
skills.
Orthodox
On a
D&D. I
skill
don't know
check,
what
but
else.
this isn't technically
On
a
a
skill
skill
check.
check.
This is just
But-
like time saving. We're doing one roll
Yeah,
for
yeah.
each attack.
So it still sort of counts.
You
as an
are laying
attack
down
roll?
and unconscious, all right? You do not.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to speak right now.
Help
okay?
me.
Sounds like you're on Myth's side.
I am.
And if that
It's
was
an amazing way to
I
do
don't want you
combat.
to
I love
be
it.
right now.
And if that was the
Okay,
case,
I'm sorry.
Ty, then I would have to take away the counter attack that you did in the opener.
I don't remember.
And also me being out, which is just not as fun.
I guess my question really is, shall I roll?
Roll. Yeah, go ahead.
see.
You can
Okay.
roll. You can roll natural 20.
25. Okay,
Okay.
no, I didn't get a natural 20. Okay.
So the natural 20 is not great.
Wait, but isn't this attack whoever gets the higher number first?
Because his roll is the AC. So even if it's natural 20, it doesn't hit, right?
It doesn't matter because it's not going to hit him because he rolled a 25, right?
What? Now I'm
Am I confused
again.
as to what has just happened?
Confused.
Yeah, that would be
always
that,
confused.
everyone.
that
yeah.
would be the case if I didn't roll a critical.
Oh, okay, got it.
Let me just have this chaos, okay?
Yeah, got it.
I'm strained
Let's
right
do it.
now. This is upsetting me.
What was that?
I'm making an executive decision. I'm deleting the entire channel. I'm so confused.
Should we cut to break and talk about the rules?
Do you remember when we did that?
Yep.
It was hysterical.
That's the rules
two.
now. That is the rules.
3, Why is this
We
happening?
never discuss the rules on camera. That's the rule.
Yeah. Yikes.
So the question is, did you roll 2 damage or 12 damage?
I rolled 6. All right, I rolled 8. But you only had 6 people in your squad.
Oh no.
So, I guess I don't really want to do any overkill rules. I think that would be a little much. So yeah. Anyway, you're as it does sort of go as planned as they attacked you, but unfortunately, the Sworn were a bit too strong for the inmates, as many of them were hurt and taken out of commission as they then start to bloody and consolidate up on the stairs, massacring them involved.
Is it just me and them now?
It's your turn. Yeah, it's now you.
I would like to, first of all, I would like to call my attorney.
I would like...
I get one phone call, Myth. You said at the beginning of this campaign we get
You wanna
one
use it now?
phone call. And I want to use it now.
Right now.
To call my attorney for the most hardcore rules lawyering of all time.
In this homebrew combat?
Oh yeah, we have him. We have him actually on the line.
He said Myth said at the beginning we have one phone call that we can make.
Alright.
We have a 50-50 choice.
Okay.
And ask the audience.
Okay. Well, let me just see if we
Have the Who Wants to Be a Minute? Yeah. Is my lawyer you? That's the worst. But you're you.
we have him on the line.
Yeah. I want to.
Meyer.
I want. How many of them are there? 1,
Yes, hello.
2, 3, 4.
It's me,
4
the
of them?
lawyer of rules.
Okay,
What
there's-
is it? I'm very busy.
What is
Is that right?
There's 4 of them.
I
We're
want a
interrupting your
1v
roleplay with more roleplay.
Yeah.
I want a 1v4 them
In single combat.
in single.
That's what I was going to do actually. So like that. So what I was going to offer in this as well is we all just now roll initiatives.
Yeah.
And we,
Wait, not me though. Am I? Do I start down?
I'll allow
you can
it.
take another exhaustion and you can play in this.
Like I said. Okay. Yay. Okay.
No, not like you said. It was my idea. All right.
Yeah, he said it. He said the word.
How good of you.
Thank you.
How kind of you.
Thank you. All right. So go ahead and give me actual initiatives as we swap over to actual D&D combat for YouTube, because I know that they are just so mad at me.
They are foaming at the mouth right now.
It's so
angry.
good. I love it.
17.
Okay. Go ahead and click on your tokens and add yourself to the initiative, as I am going to have to do the same. I'm not. I'm just going to keep them all in the same order, because that would be really annoying.
Boom.
Nice.
Wow. Yikes.
Can't believe this was the plan anyway.
Well, there was a time
You
where I was
used
like,
your call.
when it's yeah, you did. That was it. You used it for that. But remember, PB and Whack and Meyer, you all still have one of those too.
You still have a one lawyer phone call.
Where one of
I
us
just
has to
felt
play your
guilty because
lawyer.
I don't want to
I love it.
ruin the plans that you have, you know?
Well, thank you, and it's very nice of you to say. And
But
say
I
have
also
plans.
I also just know that Ty focused with his and I don't know what I don't.
Yeah,
it's
my
so hard
plan was-
in D&D to blend the stupid character sheet with what he
Right.
can actually do or whatever. You know what I mean?
My plan was when it whittles down small enough, then it'll turn into regular old D&D combat, which is
Yeah.
where we can go from here. I mean, it was a good offer, and it was a part of what I wanted to do anyway. So let's just do it.
At the end, I take a snapshot of everything. At the end of this entire campaign, I want to come back to this scene at the beginning of this and do a sliding doors where I see how many of them I can kill as Ty before any of them get past me to get to any of the prisoners anyway. Using D&D.
Oh,
how many would start in there? Like,
yeah,
like 20 of them?
Yeah, that'll be so much fun. I can't wait to do that. All right.
The bonus episode that we're going to forget 1 second after we switch scenes here, and
Exactly.
everyone will be asking for us in
that.
2 years when this ends.
Exactly. Ty, you're up. As it naturally was, narratively.
Are we on a different screen?
No, we are on the same screen.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I am going to do is
Maybe I should.
remember how to play this character.
Okay.
So, I just need to remember if my thing is against one person or that creature. Okay, I'm in trouble. We're in trouble. This was a bad idea. I should never have done this.
Okay.
I call my
I
lawyer
regret
again.
every decision that I've ever made.
Actually, no, I think we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We're fine. Which one is the Templar? Which one is the biggest?
Right. He's right behind you. Yeah, that guy.
He is the big dick. Okay, I will
the big dick.
attack him. Wow, I only have my ruby dagger, don't I?
Ooh, how fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be... This is annoying. But I will only attack with my ruby dagger. I wonder if... you know the rules? Here we go. I'm so sorry. Wow, so annoying. I just don't want to die.
I'm still on the line. What do you want?
So a dagger, can I attack twice with it if I switch hands? Like, kind of? Like, how does that work? Because it's a light weapon? Or do I have to have 2 individual daggers, for example, to do that?
What a great
I really
offer.
have no idea.
But I don't think you can do that. As much as I want to say yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the line where YouTube is just going to hate it.
We'll know next week. It'll be too late.
Yeah, that's true.
And we'll still be getting messages, by the way. The best thing is the comments you get 3 years later that are like, do you know that? And it's like, dude, just stop. I don't even remember being in that thing.
No. The best ones are the ones that acknowledge the fact that it's 3 years later and still say it.
I know that this is probably isn't relevant.
Someone let them know, like, yeah, okay, this was our first game of D&D ever. By the way, we've been playing for 16 years since then. Stop. Okay, I will
What a great episode.
attack. I'm so sorry. I will attack the big dude then with the ruby dagger is what I'm going to go with here. 27.
That hits.
And I think I set this up right, yes. And I still get sneak attack. At least. With an 11. So in total, 17 piercing damage.
The big guy.
To the big guy there. And wow, didn't do Booming Blade the one time I actually am legally, technically allowed to do it. But didn't do it. So it's all good. There we go.
17?
17 piercing damage.
Okay. So with the dagger, you unsheath it. You look at it. The ruby fuller sort of gleams in the light of the dark ambient light of the moon glinting through the clouds. As you then try to bury it into the armor of this Templar, and you do find purchase as it slides between some of the plating, and you hear "Argh!" as he takes a bunch of damage. You pull out the blade, and as you do, you notice for a moment that the ruby is now glowing.
Yeah. I have a pretty good idea of what's going on here.
Okay.
I think Ty has a similar idea, but also I don't think either of us care.
Yep.
Stab away, my
Okay.
friend, Mr. Ty Viridis.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn, because I think if I move, everyone will be able to hit me, will they?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, I'm here. I'm ready to do
You're
some
here.
dancing.
All right. Smith, it is your turn.
This one here, that's one of ours.
That is one of yours. Yes.
Okay.
Question, sorry.
Answer.
You only attacked with one weapon, why?
Because he gave the rest of his out.
Yeah, I have
He
a
armed
dagger
everybody.
that's like in my boot. I had my falcata, the scimitar I gave to Tenno, the falcata I gave to someone else. I have a boot dagger that I gave to someone. I have the returning dagger that you gave me. I gave to someone, and my short bow I gave to someone else. So
Okay.
I'm down to
Did
just
you give them
one.
the holster as well?
Yeah, I assume so. I don't know why I would, because otherwise they're going to use it once and it'll just return to me. And
Correct. So I don't know if it's
There, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably unclipped it or whatever it is and
Just-
handed them the whole thing, like shoved it into
That was
his
not
chest
your
and
presence
moved
to give, Mr. Tai.
on. I'm not going to let him
dare
keep
you.
it. I remembered all of their faces, by the way. I didn't want to say it because it just felt like annoying, but I know for a fact that Ty's like, you got that one, okay? I know who you are, because he's spent his life around thieves and rogues.
Thank you, Smith.
Yeah, I kept just the ruby dagger because, and this is the reason I kept the ruby dagger, is because I think Ty thinks it's cursed as well and doesn't want to, burden someone else with a curse.
How kind.
You're welcome for that. Yeah.
All right. I think what I'm going to do here is let's see. We cleared all of these. I see Ty's fighting. And these four are not really focused on us. They're all focused on Ty. Is this Tenno up here?
That is Tenno. Tenno.
Okay.
Tenno is armed with Ty's scimitar that he gave him
Yeah.
last episode. And
Okay.
for a moment, you do see that he's actually holding his own really well. He's almost matching Ty's movements, but not nearly as gracefully as he's standing. He's standing and withstanding a lot of the momentum, and not necessarily altering it like Ty is doing, where Ty is more of a dance and not getting hit. Tenno is really good at defense and just being able to parry, and stay in one position, if that makes sense.
All right. Let's see what is going to fuck them up the most. I think I've got a pretty good idea about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and what's the range on this? Okay. Now, you'll have to excuse me since we don't really have a proper grid here.
Mm-hmm.
If I aimed, say, a Tasha's Caustic brew
Right.
this
Yeah.
way,
Uh-huh.
would I hit three of them?
You'd hit three
Or
of
am I hitting Ty?
You'd hit 3 of them, and you're probably going to be hitting... Oh, golly. You're going to be hitting Ty as well. What the hell?
Okay, and if I aimed it this way, would I hit 3 that way?
Yes.
And not hit Ty?
Yes, I can give that to you.
All right, then I think what you're going to see then is there's a little hatch that opens right underneath Smith's, we'll say it's the left wrist probably, as he starts to pull his hand back, and there's just a little compartment that opens up underneath his wrist, and he aims it just to hit as many people as possible, and he says, I normally hate to use this, but I think I'm gonna have to in this case. And he launches a whole shitload of acid their way.
Hey.
And Tasha's Caustic brew. Now, they don't feel this until the start of their turn. Now, I was aiming to hit the 3 this way, basically.
Mm-hmm. I'm just marking these with colors, so it's easier for me to know who is who and such. Okay. So a Tasha's Caustic brew sprays forth and starts to sizzle On some of these, I have to do anything? It just happens.
It's Dex.
It's a Dex save.
Saves.
I'm not even reading that part. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Dex saves.
$15 is the target.
Oh, they all fail.
So at the start of their turn, you're going to take 3 acid damage. And I guess I roll at the start of each turn.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. Oh, it's 3. Roll me that damage die again, because one of them rolled a natural 1.
All right, so that's another 2d4. 5.
Okay. That one's going to take.
And if they want, they can use an action to scrape it off, but you probably just see like acid starting to eat its way through their armor.
And start to seep in through the cracks as they start to then grunt in pain. Sick. All right, Varsha, it is your turn. You are exhausted. You stand up and you watch this massacre happen, but you are able to fight.
Yeah. I think Varsha has tinnitus. And I think like when she hit the ground, I don't know if anybody was watching, but I think it looks like she died. Like she got hit really hard because it was a critical failure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think she's not hearing anything other than that low vocal roar that you can't hear over the ringing in your ear. And then she'll like straight out of a flippant. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Straight out of an anime, I think. She'll just grab her sword and use it to lift herself up. And she probably has blood trickling out of one ear. She looks on death's door, but her face is, contorted and twisted in anger and determination. And she comes up and does jet strike on these two, the green.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
$13.
Okay, you're able to, as you make your way over toward and start to then spread the jet strike across the blade and attack with a 13. Unfortunately, I think it was just a sloppy attack as you're exhausted, and your over-the-head strike is just slow and cumbersome as it just chunks off of the pauldron of one of these sworn as he then turns around to face you.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So now it is their turn. I am going to start top to bottom, left to right. The Templar is going to go first. And he is going to go after you, Ty, as he then strikes, but looks like he misses. Okay. As he goes to strike and misses, he then turns and says, "Attack!" And as his bonus action, he's going to do Divine Orders, which then can give someone else a free attack against the target. So one of these sworn soldiers is going to swing with that's going to be 18 against you, Ty.
I'm going to do something that I've never done before
Okay.
in this campaign.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shield.
Whoa. Okay. And what does that look like?
For what I have,
he holds up one of the ones on the ground.
It's just me holding up a broken buckler and praying to you and calling my lawyer. No, I think as this guy attacks me, I do the dance backwards, and then this other attack I see coming towards me, and instinctively I bring the arm with the ruby dagger up. But as it does so, it cuts through the air. like literally splits the
reality
air,
for a moment. Yeah.
and it opens a little bit of light, I think. And wherever the attack comes from, there'll be a shimmering white X that appears briefly and burns where the attack will have hit. And I'll shout, Scythe! As this shield comes up, and then it will hit just a wall of nothing.
Okay. As a blade comes out off of camera left, out of camera left, you are able to then throw up this ward and say the words that then split reality and stop this attack from finding purchase. Sick. So that was pretty sweet. Now another sworn is going to attack you. They do have multi-attack. All right, good. That's 2 8s.
My AC is up to 20 if that helps.
And it holds up until the start. Yeah.
The start. All right, sweet. Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, they miss as it goes to swipe you. The same one went for a thrust, and then he went for over the head, and then an over the head, like an over the head chop twice, and those both miss and whiff as they miss you completely. One of these other sworn are going to. I should probably move these in. Where are they going to fight? This guy's going to fight him. Wow. As he misses. I think one of the sworn to the south, this orange dotted sworn, goes to swipe at one of these prisoners, and the prisoner moves out of the way for a moment, but then uses the gunblade to parry the sword onto the ground. And this sworn is going to attack you. Is there a sworn under here? There is. All right, let me move this guy a little bit closer to you. Let me move this one to actually there. Okay, so this blue one is going to attack you. That's not true. The blue one's going to keep attacking Ty because he was in that combat. And then that green one we'll get to and we'll attack. So this one's going to attack Ty. It's at 13. And 18. So no 20s as they strike into one of the strikes hit that ward again, that sigil that blocks the damage. But there is one more sworn that goes to attack you, Varsha, for a critical failure. He goes to attack and he misses. And I think as you look down, a spark hits. Yes.
Oh, can I? So this is insane, but I think she would.
Okay.
Can I just say she just grabs because his blade goes down a thing, right? Mm-hmm. He loses. Yeah. So can I just say she breaks it? Like she grabs it and just snaps the end off of the blade?
Yeah. You still also
which is just enough to change the weight and stuff. Like he can still use it, but it'll make it, him not as good with it. I think.
You also have
heat forged.
Exactly. You have green flame going as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with the activation of your green flame blade or jet strike, you are able to then, I think, channel some of that green flame into your gauntlet and catch the blade for only a moment. But that's all you need to break the temper on this weapon as it softens it and also reduce its damage by 1. It cannot attack again as he tries to pull and yank the sword out of your hand, but you, for 6 seconds, or at least this reaction, stop him from finishing that attack. So that's fucking sweet. Okay. And I pressed back on accident. All right. And I think there's one more. I have to wait for my map to load again. There's one more that needs to attack. I'm going to roll here. It's either going to be Smith or this guy. I'm going to attack Smith. It was odds. So the one here who's green is going to attack you, Smith. It's a 10 and a 16.
10. They both miss.
Okay.
Green just attacked me, though, right?
Blue just attacked.
Okay.
Oh no!
I thought blue attacked Ty.
You're right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So that attack doesn't happen at all. Okay, great. Okay. And I did attack with blue and missed. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's my turn. Awesome. Jet, it's now your turn. Sorry about that confusion.
Okay, I'm going to bring out my twinned vials and do a firebolt at red.
Okay.
Okay. Firebolt
See
is
if I can
here.
get both of you in the shot, sort of.
16 to hit.
16 hits as dancing helix over the crowd of armored sworn. Sparks fly in a phosphorescent cacophony as 9 flame fire damage erupts the cloak of red. All right, awesome. Thank you. 40. Well, now you know that roughly their damage. All right, great. So it is now. Anything else on your turn?
No, I have nothing else, but we have 2 guards on our side as well, yes?
4.
2 prisoners. 4, okay.
You do. Thank you for reminding me. I should. I'll just remind me at the end of your combat or your action, and then I will play them.
Okay, my action is
It
over.
is
Thank you.
the end of our turn.
Thank you. Okay. So that's 1 hit. It is another. This one's going to move up. So this is going to move up here. And maybe get an attack in. Ooh, that's too far. This guy is going to move up. Gonna move up here. I don't think he can get any farther because he's got to do some climbing. But these 2 attack and hit, which is good. They're armed with these gun blades. Not bad. 10 damage as these 2 goblin prisoners sort of in tandem work together as the sort of like under-over prank happens as one of these sworn get Achilles by one, or the back of their leg gets sliced, and the other one jumps up and tries to bury a blade, the gun blade, into his arm for 10 damage. That's looking cool. And that's going to be their turn. Top of the round tie. Oh, and Tenno's here too, excuse me. Tenno's going to go first. Okay, so Tenno with your scimitar goes to strike, and it skips off of the pauldron of the Templar and then strikes the ground. Sparks fly, I think, Ty, as you see a glint of metal from the blade sort of fly through the air as he rolled a critical one, or a critical failure, and it is reduced again by another, which I think is...
I think they still have acid too, right? Or is that only 1 round? Don't they have to wipe?
This is Tenno.
Oh,
yes,
no,
on
no.
their turns. Yeah, on their
yeah.
turns. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
On their turns,
Yeah.
they'll take another.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Thank you.
Tenno messes up my scimitar. It's my falcata. Now both of my weapons are destroyed. So
Sweet.
so it goes down to a D4, yeah?
D4. Yep, that's what he's got right now. And
Okay.
they all take the same amount of acid damage on their turn. I'm sorry, we're in like a weird out of order.
I can roll for it. I just
Okay.
did it for easiness sake.
Thank you. Yeah, let's roll for it because I completely forgot about it, and then we'll start the round over with Ty. So give me the acid damages because they all attacked and I forgot to wipe it off.
6.
6.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry.
I also forgot, and somebody might die this round if with that 6. So who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that was green, orange, and red.
It was green, orange, and red that have received acid. Yes. Okay. Ty, it is your turn. What dost thou do? You saw acid spray across the battlefield. You also saw familiar fiery helix of smoke that sprayed a phosphorescence toward the sworn to the left of the Templar you are facing. You also just saw the glint of a horrible miss from Tenno as he swipes the rock next to the Templar.
I definitely do not grumble something about that being my precious scimitar. And then... But I'm already moving, towards this big dude again. I want to try and jab him. You know, he's a big guy in lots of armor, so I'm doing like lots of moves that get me into a position to just kind of like put these little cuts in him. So I will go for him again with the ruby dagger on a 16.
16 hits.
Ooh.
Is this towards the Templar, or is this on the...
This is the big dude, yeah, the Templar, yeah.
It hits.
I mean, no, it isn't.
It does. It is.
Okay, good. Then, yeah, same thing. Like, I think I got this ruby dagger in between parts of the plate on his armor, one side of him. They all started swinging at me. I cast my shield, I move around, and then in my movement, I get to another side of him and do the same thing and poke the ruby dagger in under some of those plates or whatever he's wearing. And that is 16 piercing damage, I believe. Yes.
Nice.
That's why
He grabs the blade that is that you have buried into his armor, and then he throws you and it away as he recovers. Okay, anything else on your turn?
call him a wanker and end my turn.
Yikes. All right, that's going to sting. Smith, your turn.
Emotional damage. Yeah, I'm going to, I think I'm just going to start throwing some haymakers at green.
Okay.
We got 2 Thunder Gauntlets attacks headed towards green. A 12 and a 17.
All right, so the 17 hits as the 12 whiffs and strikes, I think, his shield as he sort of bats it out of the way. A 17 does hit.
There's a large, ringing noise as it hits the shield for the thunder damage. Boom! And then the other shot, as he brings the shield up, buries into his ribs. As the thunder crackles across the lightning crackles across the gauntlet, and the thunder booms.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it for my turn. Yeah, that was 6 damage. Also, this creature will try to probably attack me. If it doesn't, it will have disadvantage on attack rolls against other targets.
Okay. This is green.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my god, what the hell's happening? Okay.
I ask myself that question every day.
Me too.
All right, what a weird setup. All right, great. Varsha, it is your turn. As lightning spreads across this sworn foe, and you react by catching a blade last round and breaking the temper. What do you do now?
I'm gonna use my final spell slot. Even though this is not this is not a fucking she would though. So okay, I am going to cast Chaos Bolt.
Someday she'll learn. Okay.
Yep. Let's see. I will cast it on big purple guy because he's far enough away that I'm not at disadvantage for that, right? Whack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will do that. And let's hope that it gets crazy because I literally only took this because Spellwind and it fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so I have to roll something here?
Let me just check. Ranged spell attack. So I roll first.
Roll.
Let's see if it even fucking hits. But it's really cool if it works.
What does it look like?
Well, we'll see if I actually hit it. Hold on. $13. I don't think that hits, right?
13 does not hit as it sails You also have.
And I will wait.
You have exhaustion, right? Isn't this?
Nope, it just halves my speed.
Oh, it has your speed right now. Okay, and you don't. I know I gave you an inspiration last episode. I'm just trying to remind you if you want to try that.
I will, because this would be super cool if it worked.
Just reminding you that you probably have one.
Thank you. Cross your fingers. 26.
Well, 26 hits, and now you don't have inspiration. So those who are remembering, like me, you don't have it anymore. All right, great.
Okay. So it does 18 damage.
Okay.
Hold on. And then...
Is that second die?
So you choose one of the D8s, the 6 or the 8.
No. Yes. Okay. The number on that die determines the attack damage type.
Mm-hmm.
So poison or thunder?
Poison or thunder.
Poison. Fuck that fucker. Poison damage.
Okay, so what does your poison chaos bolt look like?
Yeah,
your last
well,
slot.
Yeah, I don't think she... What would have been really cool is if you double roll, it chain attacks and moves to the next person as well. And then you roll another d20. And if you do it, it chains again and again. It probably will never, ever happen, but it's so fucking cool.
Like,
yeah.
2 2s, or that's cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like if you roll the same number on both the d8s, the chaotic energy will leap from another target. And then you make a new attack roll and then you keep going and it leaps and leaps. And that probably will never happen, but it's super cool.
But it's so cool.
Yeah, so I think Varsha is just, I think it describes it as you. Yeah, okay. It's energy. So I think it's just like she is filled with an anger that is not even directed at these people or this place. And she just reaches out, and I don't think she knows or is planning on anything in particular. She's just crying out for the Spellwind and then the poison damage. And she's probably just as surprised as they are when it's poison, because she's never done poison damage before, ever. It's always been that purple electricity and lightning and thunder damage. So I think she's pretty shocked.
Do you know it's poison as this energy leaves your body, or you just throw a green blope through the air and they're like, oh, was that poison? Like, do you think you'd know in this moment that was poison?
I'm going to say something. Yes, I would, because her previous sworn they use poison. Okay. So she has seen this type of magic before.
Yeah.
Does it look like, I guess, Western green poison or like Japanese purple poison? Because, like in TV shows, it's one or the other. Is it green or purple? I don't...
Well, I'm going to go with purple, simply because you've been doing green energy as like healing and just kind of, so I'm going to go with purple.
Yeah, I think as your hand is still flickering with the green light from Jet Strike, you then probably slide the hand or your gauntlet off of the blade and then cast it forward. And as it does, the green flames lick through the air, and as they do, they start to solidify into a purple liquid as it then splashes onto able to recognize.
Yeah, I like the idea that we can see his veins and they're like pulsing purple now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as it hits and it splashes onto his helmet, the helmet flies off in reaction, and then you see as he looks back at you, there's this a black vein that starts to spiderweb across his face as he is now poisoned. Okay, awesome.
Into his eyes.
Okay, Jet, it is your turn. That was sweet.
Okay,
Thank you for
I follow suit, I still have my vials open, and I'm going to fire a firebolt at the big purple guy as well.
Okay.
18 to hit.
18 hits as the smoky helix interact and create this explosion of sparks. Damage?
13 points of fire damage.
13 points. Okay. Jet, tell me how you destroy this Templar as through the air these sparks seem to, or the chasing. You tell me. You tell me what happens. You know what you did.
Okay, so as he's received this purple bolt of poison, you can see he's almost glowing as this thing is coursing through him. And as it happens, the helix of the yellow and orange flames that come out of my vials go towards him and into his eyes. and then his head explodes, Acme style.
Okay. Probably mixing with a lot of that flammable poison, that arcane poison that reacting to what Varsha just did. Okay, yeah. So with a gory combustion, this Templar looks over at frustration, anger, and also sickness. And as he does, looks in your direction. It almost catches towards its face the two double helix sort of seep into him somewhere, whether it was through nose, ears, mouth, it doesn't matter, go into his face.
And they meet inside his head somewhere.
Yeah, and they meet inside of his head somewhere, and a combustion of arcane sparks and phosphorescent debris flies out from his head, and then the automaton of armor and religious bile falls.
What percentage of brains land in Ty's mouth?
In Ty's mouth. Okay, hold on.
0. I will use uncanny dodge.
Okay, well, that's
Describe
right.
the
Well,
flavor.
classic rogue, ruining the fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I have way too many mechanics on this character sheet to allow you to let this be enjoyable or natural.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so
Perfect.
Smith, it is your turn. As this just happened, the Templar falls, and you probably just see this towering individual fall to the ground, and you look over at Jet, and Jet's probably timidly has mixed both of those.
I am actually curious as
I 100% think that was Smith that did that, by the way.
yeah,
as Ty.
does Jet look what is the expression if I were to look over?
Yeah.
I know you're like scared most
There
of
it
the
is.
time. Yeah, okay, got it.
Oh, okay, that's
Okay.
it. And the listeners
That's
love
changed.
that.
That's a new emote.
And the listeners love this.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, and we'll never tell you. You have to go and watch the VOD.
I think without even turning my head, I just say, "Nice shot," and I just keep raining down some punches into the green guy.
Yeah.
That's in front of me.
Okay.
A 9 and a 21.
21 hits that 9, surprisingly. Surprises no one doesn't.
21's for 5 thunder damage. More thunderous blows raining down. Again, the first one connects with the shield. The other one connects with the ribs.
Okay.
Another 5 thunder damage.
All right. As you start to throw some thunderous haymakers into... Okay. Awesome. Varsha, it is your turn. Anything else on your turn, Smith?
No, that's gonna be it.
Okay. Varsha.
Looking a little winded.
Yeah.
Does a 15 hit? Or with a sword attack?
With a sword attack,
the
a
green guy in front of me.
green
I think.
guy in front does not hit.
'Kay.
As he is able to, I think with everything that's going on, he is vigilant enough to then see your strike as you go to attack, and he is able to upward parry your downward chop and stop you from your attack. Anything else you can do?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
Ooh, boy. Jet, it is now your turn as you just blew up a Templar's head with your phosphorescent firebolt.
I want to roll a d20.
I'll allow it.
Let me see. What would it even be? I guess it would be a Constitution saving throw, maybe.
Okay.
When do the sworn go, by the way? Sorry.
They're going right after. Yeah, I was wondering what happened. They are not even on the... Oh, I deleted the one. Right, because of the... I deleted the guy who... They go right after Varsha. They're actually supposed to go now. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm going to add this turn, and you
Traitor.
could think about what you did, Jet. Okay.
And Whack can roll for acid damage.
Yeah.
And that's probably exactly why.
I did have a little bit of an ulterior motive.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
He was going to wait for you to put them back on the turn order, and you go, so the swan, and he was going to go,
All right,
First, Gotham needs a protector. Second, I get to
For
roll
5 more
damage.
acid damage on each of them.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So it's now everyone else's turn. Sworn.
That, like extra 18, 15 damage in the background there.
Sworn are going to attack the red one is going to attack Tenno. Misses. As he's was able to block. Orange is going to attack these two prisoners down here, and did hit. Okay, as one takes a bite of a blade as it strikes into their shoulder, and green is going to attack. Green is going to attack even. It's going to be Varsha. It's odds, so it's going to attack you, Smith.
Okay.
18.
That is a hit.
There are other things I could have done, but that's okay. 18 was a hit. This is going to be 6 slashing as it chops into your waist, right below your floating rib, where some of the armor, as green strikes you. You're
gonna regret that.
That is all of the sworn. They took their damage. Blue didn't attack. Blue is going to attack you, Ty, which no one can see on the map right now. Sorry, moving the camera down. Blue, which is right under your nameplate, is going to be attacking you, Ty, with a 19.
Yes, that will sting.
I made some choices here that weren't great ones, but that's okay. So that does hit.
Just like real life.
Yeah, just like real life. And that is a 3 damage. It's not a super crazy amount, as I think you're able to catch some of the momentum, but it still does find a place, maybe on your face, as a small cut, then develops under your hat as the brim flips your hat up, and you're able to catch the sword with the dagger, but not enough to stop its force, as it then is able to cut your face for only 3 damage.
It's all good.
As it is now prisoners' turns.
It is Jet and the prisoner, no?
Yes, it's Jet and then the
gone.
prisoners. Yep, thank you.
No.
Thank you. Yep, Jet's turn.
Okay.
So you rolled your Constitution and got a 26.
Natural 20. So I don't skip a beat. The vials are still open. I just blow over them again, and the trails come out and merge again, and I'm going to hit green.
All right, green with another firebolt.
Oh, sorry, orange.
Orange with another firebolt. Okay.
8. So I miss.
8. The double helix of chasing smoke never meet and never join as they go off into the distance and disperse into the wind, unable to find a hit. Anything else you can do on your turn? Movements, bonus actions?
No, I have nothing. I'm going to stand.
All right. And now it's going to be the prisoners' turns. I have a natural 20 from one of the goblins. And a miss. Miss from Tenno. Oh, this prisoner's going to move down because I could see him now, and he was here and I couldn't see him before. He's going to go down and attack blue. A miss. Okay, so there's one good strike there, as the rest seem to not get a great responses. Oh my gosh. The critical is good, though, because that reduces his armor class by 1. So I've got to make sure I remember that. As he does 7 damage as he... I think there's that tag team goblin fight going on with these 2 prisoners. And at some point, as he gets stabbed, and with a scratch, he looks down, and there's already one buried into his kidney from behind. As he takes another hit, and the goblins aren't necessarily laughing, but there is satisfaction as they are both fighting pretty well in tandem here. In tantrum. Okay, and that is everyone's turns. Tyther, it is your turn, top of the round.
Who looks the least messed up out of all of these people around me?
Blue.
Blue?
Blue has been very good at defending himself. The 3 others are covered in acid, and it's burning their cloak and some of the emblems, and you're starting to see some of the gold leaf on a lot of their armor start to bubble and warp away, almost as if it is a symbol toward what is happening here in Stormford.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to hit myself a few times in that kind of like Kylo Ren way where I psych myself up and just
and use the dark use the dark side.
The Force.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the dark side and not cast, but use second wind in my bonus action.
Ooh, okay.
It's another thing I've never used, I don't think, in this. And regain 9 HP.
Nice.
And then bring the ruby dagger round towards because I've switched targets. This guy's head exploded, and then I take that moment to steel myself, refocus myself, and then spin around on this guy, the blue enemy behind me with the dagger. On a 13, though.
Okay, I'm just going to move these so it's easier to see. Okay. All right, so a 13 does not hit as he steps small. I think you go for a low strike as he then just moves a very little amount as your blade skips across his sabatons. And you hear the clang as, and then also greeted with a giggle as you weren't able to find purchase. Anything else on your turn?
That would be the end of my turn.
Okay. Smith.
Yeah, I'm breathing heavy. And I am this guy is wearing metal armor, yes?
He is.
Yeah, I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm gonna go for like another punch as a feint, and then just grab this guy's face and do a shocking grasp.
All
with
right.
Advantage because they've got metal.
Yep.
26
20
for 2 lightning damage.
26 for 2, and this is on green.
Minimum damage.
Minimum damage. Okay. As you are able to find grab his faceplate and then burst a charge into it. For a moment, he winces under as he takes a small shock. You
can see that the armor, like all the spots that have light or lightning, they have dimmed a bit. You can see Varsha might have rarely seen this, but the armor's kind of in low power mode right now.
It's got that, the logo is blinking slowly like it's snoozing. Yeah, okay. All right, Varsha.
The check engine light is on.
Yeah, exactly. Check suit.
Is there a greatsword around? Like, what was a big tank using?
What a great question. He was using a longsword.
Okay. Is there a greatsword?
I mean, you could call some of these weapons pretty great.
Yeah, they're pretty great. Give me an investigation as you look amongst the lost.
I'm not good at the. Can I do perception?
You can do perception. I'll let you.
Claymore.
Yeah, we're in the middle of combat. Perception counts.
You find an okay sword.
You find an exact replica of the sword
4.
from the anime
That
Claymore
you're
and
looking
become
for.
that character finally.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there are none nearby. As
Okay,
you
is there
do a
an-
quick scan, and you just see great
Okay.
swords. There were some gun blades, but down here, mostly the same cut and dry.
Thing that I'm using. Okay.
Great sword or long sword.
I will go ahead and I will attack.
Okay,
I will use Jet Strike again if I can.
you may.
16. I don't know if I
It
get a
hits.
hit in. Oh, it does. Oh, Lord. Okay, 12 damage. And then
Is this blue or green? Or are you attacking? Or
it's-
orange.
I'm attacking green, the one right in front of me.
Okay. For a total of 12.
Okay, and then fire. Yeah, so 12 damage to the green one. And then the second individual will take 4 damage. 4 fire damage. So let's say blue.
Okay. And welcome Blue to the fight. He finally took damage. Okay, great. As fire starts to lick up onto the back of the cloak of Blue, as the green flames start to trickle up, and you start to hear the discomfort coming from Blue, and you've thrown off his defenses for at least a moment. Cool. And that makes it. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, bonus action. I'll pick up one of the long swords or
Okay.
short sword or anything in a second hand, so I
Sure.
can make another attack next time. And that's me.
Okay. Okay. Red's turn.
Sworn are gonna take some acid damage.
The Sworn is going to take acid damage. Give me that damage now before I start
4.
their stuff.
Red, orange, and green.
All right, so 4 damage rings out as a sizzle of indicates the top of the round. But acid starts to then permeate the air and remind you all that they're taking damage. And it reminds them, too, that they are covered in acid. Red, you see for a moment, starts to then rip off the cloak and then start rubbing it across and trying to at least get the acid off of him. So he's going to spend his turn doing that. And Orange reaches out. Reaches out towards Green. And for a moment you see that these two Sworn, they sort of like an arm grabs and clasps the back of Green's neck where the armor is, and a flash of light comes from his palm, and you hear, "The God King will grace." And then you start to notice that Green starts to stand up a bit taller as he starts to shrug off some of the defenses that were taken from him. And Green is then going to, Blue in turn. Oh, that's not going to happen. Green, what Green's going to do is then turn and do the same thing, grab the arm as well, and for a moment there, they share this, and they both heal themselves with the God King's grace. Blue is going to still attack, though, but who? That's the question. Blue turns around and swipes you, Varsha, as the green flames came from you.
Yep.
The first attack is a miss. The second attack is a 17.
Yes.
Okay. The second attack is a 3. As he turns around and then goes to thrust toward you, and you're able to stop it, but not good. It's not well enough as you block the sword downward, and it still swipes probably just above your kneecap, which is only bothers you for a moment, but adrenaline kicks in as you take the 3 damage. Slashing, that is. Varsha, do note, if you take one of these sworn swords, it's a +2 longsword. I believe you did, correct?
Yes, I did, and I'll switch that to my main hand. What the fuck?
Yeah. Just so, because, I knew that you were doing that. So I wanted to do that before I forget. And that is their turn. Jet, it is your turn. So some of them healed, some of them got the acid off. Red will no longer take acid.
Okay, I am going to go for the one that attacked Varsha.
Yes, so blue.
With a firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Wowee.
Wow.
Okay, so we
That
got...
is so fucking good.
That is nuts. Okay, so the Spellwind kicks up for a moment as your last double helix of a firebolt misses into the distance. I think you also see the quantum wind blow through for a second, and that sort of focuses you, and you're able to, for a moment, take your time, take a moment, take a breath, and instead of try to throw magic into the wind, or throw magic into the wind, maybe use it to your advantage, as you instead would like to ride the winds with this magic. Let me know. Give me your double damage, obviously. That's a total of 14. And who are you attacking? You were attacking green?
The blue one.
Blue.
The one that attacked Varsha.
Okay. And as it does, the two helixes sort of warp, and as they do, they spray the phosphorescent sparks as they always have. But this time, you don't see sparks. You see flame as a cough of a conflagration just comes out of this smoke, the reality, spraying in the spaces just where those three are standing. Actually, I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from Ty and Varsha as I get a dexterity. Actually, I'm sorry. I am going to, because this is going to be a benefit. But it's chaos. All right, yeah, I'm going to need everybody who is adjacent to blue to take a dexterity saving throw.
20.
20. You were able to dodge it. What is your spell save DC, Jet?
My click on your spell description for Firebolt.
Okay.
It might show it.
There it is. Okay,
Just
thank
on
you.
the spell page on the top right.
Okay, so Varsha, you take 21 damage of fire.
You hurt Varsha! I hurt Varsha. That's...
Ty, you are able to dodge out of the way. The prisoner, the blue prisoner to the northeast, is able to dodge out of the way as well. The sworn takes the full 21. The blue takes the full 21. The orange is able to dodge out of the way, or at least hold the shield up for a moment, and it goes and you shot blue, right? Not green. You shot blue.
I shot blue, yes.
Okay, and then green is going to make their dodge as well, as they both hold up their shield and fire sprays around for a moment, but blue does still take that full 21, and so does Varsha. Prisoner's turn. So anything else on your turn, Jet?
As a bonus action, I drop my vials and I step on them.
Okay. Yeah, so like as your movement, you did that, and then you just sort of, I think, yeah, okay. You step on them and they crunch under your feet. For a moment, the camera looks at your boot as some of the liquid from these two contrasting colors start to then lick up a flame as they start to mix on the ground before, and melting or at least scoring some of the leather on your boot, but you don't care, as you don't pay to mind as you, I guess, feel what it is that you are feeling. Jet just went, and now it is the prisoner's turn. These goblins are going to attack. Actually, Tenno is going to go first. Just easier that way. Tenno is up top. He has 2 attacks. He misses. Goblins. Down here. Miss. Prisoner towards the northeast. Misses. And the southern prisoner critically fails. With the gunblade, is able to then strike forward, but I think as they do, they trip on themselves and they miss, and they just drive the tip of the dagger part of this blade into the ground as it then plunk snaps a bit, and I have to reduce that damage as well, as they've damaged the gunblade. All right, top of the round, Tythair. It is your turn. This is a wacky, crazy combat that I was not expecting.
Yeah, I need to get another fucking knife in my hand. What is the process for me looking around, picking up a knife, and
You can spend a movement to grab one. There's something else around. Dagger-wise,
anything
there's probably
that would be a light weapon.
Yeah. Give me an investigation. Give me
Dagger
a perception.
Okay. I will take anything that is sharp, that isn't a big, heavy, ridiculous claymore thing.
Yeah.
That's a natural 1, and we have disadvantage anyway, so.
You can't find anything. You look around,
All
a
right.
quick cursory glance, and you just see long swords.
Then
Do I see him looking?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you would. Didn't you just get fucking yeeted against a wall by a fiery explosion?
Yeah, with a natural one, I can't quite
Yeah.
bend it.
There's a jet of fire.
Oh, I didn't realize he got a
can't see
natural
anything.
one.
You know
Yeah.
when you ever do that thing where you get really close to like fire and you're not expecting your eyes dry out?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably not
That
great
is
for
Varsha,
Ty either.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Mhm.
you know, Ty can literally dance out of the way of fire apparently because I've got evasion. I don't. Then I will. I mean, I will just. If I take a cursory glance, can't kick a knife up into my hand. I will just go for this guy again with the ruby dagger, the blue one. 15.
15 does not hit.
This son of a bitch is doing my nut in.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be something I can do.
It's
to
something you're
this
doing.
guy, dude, driving me mad. All right, now I might have to do some roguish bullshit.
Okay. I'm all ears. Please do some bullshit, because they just healed themselves. So I'm going to do some bullshit.
I know, man. That's why I really want. I wasn't going to bother with another weapon or worrying about it, and then they healed themselves, and I was like, oh wow, we're going to be here all day. I have to do something.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'll do? I'll use my cunning action to disengage.
Yeah.
And then what I'm doing is I'm backing away from all of these guys. But what I'm essentially doing, Myth, is preparing to actively go find another weapon and jump back into this next round.
Okay.
So I'm disengaging and moving away from them with the intention of removing. I don't know, moving around looking for another sword, and I'm going to try and kick another dagger up into my hand. So I've got 2 for the next round.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Smith, it is your turn.
I can do this all day. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw 2 haymakers at this guy, the green, in front of me.
Okay.
With my thunder gauntlets. It should be a 20 and a 7.
Okay, so the 20 hits as you're able to find purchase with 1 punch, and then your second one is a little bit sloppy as you are feeling the effects of exhaustion and just being like in this long fight. It is taking a lot of focus. Your first one does hit though, which
I hit
arguably
for
is
7.
your stronger arm. Okay, and you hit for 7.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's lightning, and I can't react. Or
Thunder.
something? Sorry, thunder. And
Thunder, disadvantage if green attacks anybody else. Probably
Awesome.
bad based on the current situation, but that's what happened.
But that's it. Okay, anything else?
No, unfortunately, that's it.
Okay, Varsha. Your turn.
I will attack the
you hear
same one.
Smith panting behind
Yeah.
you.
And he's attacked. You just attacked green, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I will do the same thing. Holy fuck! That's 29.
It's a natural 20, which reduces his armor. So you cut through his armor with your attack. How do you kill green? How do you kill this sworn who just is... Take it away.
They're wearing heavy armor, right?
They are. They're wearing...
Okay. I think...
They're wearing
And
chainmail.
Smith just electrocuted, right?
There are heavy bits, but
Thunder damage.
Under damage.
Under damage.
Okay, so probably he jerks back from Smith's electric damage, and he's kind of stunned
the
a little bit.
Aftershock and Jujutsu Kaisen.
And I
like
actually
that.
think, Varsha will actually kick him down and then run the blade up underneath the plate, the breastplate,
Nice.
and go right into his heart that way. And then
you
just
kick him
rips
on-
it out.
So he's,
Yeah,
he's
she kicks
back
him-
face, like his
Yep.
heels towards you, and you're just going underneath.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then she
upward towards his sternum.
presses the
Gross.
blade up underneath his rib cage to go right to his heart, and then rips it out again, and immediately gets ready to engage somebody else. And
Sick.
yeah, and then I will use my second weapon to do an offhand attack with my bonus action.
Nice. So it's just like you kick him over and just lean, and then do an attack with
Yeah.
you. Oh,
And I've
awesome.
got the one blade in
Yeah.
him, and probably as I'm ripping it out, I go and I swing an attack with the offhand because it doesn't get as
Nice.
much. And when I do this, what do I not include?
Look at Varsha being Thai. What do you?
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Oh, I don't know.
I think I just do the attack roll and I don't do the bonuses. Does anybody know?
Well, you
What is
don't get
happening?
your-
What are you trying to do? Sorry.
No
I'm attacking
proficiency
a
on
second time with my. Oh, no proficiency.
No
Okay.
proficiency. Okay.
Okay.
It has to be a
which-
light weapon.
Which is not what I'm using.
Hey,
What are you
perfect.
using?
I don't know
Okay.
what you're using.
Not what you're using.
It's a longsword. Yeah, it's not it.
Yeah, it's versatile,
Okay.
but you can do it. It's just going to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it.
I wish I'd known that information when I made my character. I would be using two
Great
No,
swords.
great swords.
Yeah, right.
Um,
All right. Yeah, it misses. Well, I'm just letting you now because I know you built it, but you won't be able to do that next round. You're building up for that attack, so I'll let you have it, but it won't be available next round. Okay, so yeah, you are able to swipe lazily with your offhand as it is just
Me?
far too heavy. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then
Yeah.
let's knock it out of my hand then.
Yeah, it's just far too heavy,
Yeah.
and you aren't able
Yeah.
to find the balance or the proficiency with it. So it sort of falls to the ground. But for a moment, you focus on the longsword in your primary. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. That's it for me.
Right. So this is a bit of a slog, and thank you everybody who's still here with us as this fight.
this has been great. I have no idea.
This
what
is insane. This is so good.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching and also playing and helping me through it because this is nuts. All right. So the red guy, is going to attack Tenno, which is a natural 20.
Oh my good god.
Oh no.
If he dies, Varsha is never gonna speak to me
Yep.
ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that natural 20, I rolled horribly. So that's really good. Okay,
They're
so
still taking acid damage too, right?
thank you. They are.
Ah, yes.
Smith.
Red is not.
Red is
But
not.
Orange is.
What are they taking?
Orange is gonna take
Oh, and green's dead. Okay, let me just do that.
5 acid damage.
Okay. Red wipes the acid. I was about to say other words, which would have been funny. Wipes the acid off of his armor and then throws the cloak. It bellows into the air, and as he does, he goes for a strike. And I think Tenno for a moment watches the cloak, which was a distraction just enough for him to then strike downward into his shoulder, breaking the collarbone and he drops the scimitar onto the ground and falls to all fours.
Scimitar breaks further.
And the scimitar then shatters. The scimitar falls onto the ground and knocks Tenno prone as Tenno takes a good chunk of damage into the shoulder. But you also hear him under his collar. And now the orange sworn is going to attack these goblins. He's still having a hard time fighting these two. He did get a hit. He got 2 hits. Okay, there's one, I think, hanging off of his shoulder plate, sort of bending the dagger down, and as he falls forward, he pushes him off and then strikes downward with a downward chop towards this other goblin who is sort of laughing in satisfaction. And the goblin was caught off guard as this goblin catches the blade down through its shoulder and falls to the ground bleeding, and takes him, unfortunately, out of the fight, as the other goblin will then try to attack. Blue is going to... Oh, wait. I'm doing... So blue is going to attack... You're going to be... I think, Varsha, you are lunging right now across the square towards where green was. So
Yeah.
I think you are exposed enough for blue to attack you. So he's going to do that. First attack was a miss. Second attack was a miss. You are able to step out of the way as it just breezes by, like your ear, one by your ear, and the other one catches your cloak for a moment. No tears or rips, but you do not feel anything happen, and adrenaline has made sure of that. Okay, I think that's it for their turn. Yes. They attacked. They're still eating some acid damage. Jet, it's your turn.
So, I don't really have much time to react to what I just did. I hear Tenno exclaim, and I run up towards him. Has he already fallen to the ground?
Tenno has fallen to the ground.
Okay.
Or
I'm
is
going to reach
falling
in-
now to the ground.
Okay. As he hits the ground, I reach into my robes and I get the blade sprig salve that I have, and I'm going to... what's the damage on him right now?
He has... you could see that he has a huge gash in his shoulder that is now bleeding and trickling down his arm and staining a lot of that robe, that like leather doublet that he has.
Okay. I'm going to tear open the clothes so it exposes the wound. I'm going to get the blade sprig salve.
Tenno is over here.
Oh, that's Varsha.
Yeah, you're at
Okay,
Varsha right
where
now.
was I?
You're over there. Tenno is over. Yeah,
Different.
Tenno's across.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
And this,
5,
yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25,
I can
30.
give you 20 because you have to sort of climb a rock face right there where that orc is, or yeah, where this one is.
So,
you can get to about there.
okay. Am I facing Tenno? Am I facing Ty right now?
They're both in that direction. It's up to you. You're facing Ty. Ty right now is in front of you. Tenno is on the other side of Ty.
If that's my maximum movement, I can't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm done.
All right.
I guess I use my
You can double.
bonus yeah. So
Okay. And you get over there.
okay.
All right. It is now the prisoner's attacks. One of these goblins is taken out. And I am going to start with the No, I'm going to start with Tenno, who clambers up to his feet and sort of meets you, Jet, as you sort of approach him. And he's going to try to... And he's going to try to, in a panic, step out of combat, but that also reacts. That triggers a reaction of red. Red does not hit, as it misses and chunks the ground as rubble kicks up. And so Tenno's out. The goblin is now going to attack orange with a miss. This prisoner is going to then consolidate in and attack blue with a critical failure. Oh my gosh. This is the second time this person's critical failed, which reduces the gun blade, which just breaks the weapon. The weapon breaks as they go to stab, and it just falls apart, whether it hits the ground and pieces are dislodged or what, but they are unable to wield it effectively anymore, and they sort of look up panicked as things are not looking good for them. And then this orc here is going to attack blue with the stolen gunblade as well. That is just another miss. Okay, the top of the round. Ty, things are going a bit wonky for your side.
Please tell me there is something on. I'll take any weapon.
Oh, that's weird. Tenno just dropped your scimitar right at your feet.
Yeah, my busted up crappy scimitar.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Looks like
else
Jay
before I
Nielsen
take that?
from Forged in Fire just tested this thing against.
Yeah, exactly.
It will cut.
Oh yeah, I know. It's currently down to a D4. But you said there were +2 longswords on the ground and shit like that. So I'm just curious.
There are +2 longswords on the ground. Oh yeah. Because you also, yes, I'm sorry. You can pick up some of your old weaponry that the wounded have. Yeah, those still exist.
Right.
So yeah, I'll let you kick up one of your old weapons. Does that make sense here? Because they all died there or fell there.
My file cutter is on the ground? My beloved son, the file cutter is there?
Yeah. Your falcata, it's whichever one you want to pick up off the ground. I'll let you do that because you took your turn to back up.
I'm honestly tempted to pick up one of those longswords.
Rogue's gonna rogue.
Well, I am also a fighter.
Rogue's gonna fight.
I can use all the weaponry. Anything I find on the ground, I can MacGyver into a weapon because fighters are ridiculous. And this character's broken. You know what? I will kick up. Yeah, you know what? I'll take my falcata back. I'll find it, kick it up into my hands, spin around, jump into the. Now I'm unfocused from blue because this guy here. Can I kind of be positioned like between him and Tenno in a sort of defensive way?
Yeah, you can. He did.
Trying to make sure
Tenno did get up and then move this way and invoked a reaction, so he is out of that space.
Oh, okay. Then I'm in front of him. Then I don't want anyone getting past me to Tenno or Jet while they're doing whatever they're doing.
Cool.
And then I take the falcata and I swing and I swingy. Now this one is also broken, but it's a D6, so you know. Who knows at this point? Because you're making me nervous. Mathematic. 16 against red.
16 hits.
Okay, I'll sneak attack this one as well. 19 piercing.
Okay.
This motherfucker still alive?
On red? He is not still alive.
Ooh, good. Okay, so I kick the falcata up, jump in front of Tenno, drive it into this guy, pull it out again. He's probably falling down as I'm moving down towards orange now, and I will swing the ruby dagger at this guy on a 27 for 6 piercing damage.
That hits.
Getting into my flow, getting into my groove here. Yeah, I can't
Sneak
back
attack.
off. I can't sneak attack. No, I normally dance away, but I can only really do it when there's one dude there and I don't want to take an opportunity attack. So I will stand here in front of this guy and I will goad at least the guy that I stabbed into attacking me, kind of like I get his attention and I say,
Oh, that looks like that stings. Oh.
Okay.
Step
Is
backwards.
this blue or
and
orange
then-
you're taunting?
Orange.
Okay.
Blue is now re-engaged with Varsha, is he?
Mhm.
He's yeah, so orange then, yeah.
Okay. Smith.
I'm like slowly turning myself to blue, and I close my eyes, and there's probably like sweat dripping down my face inside the helmet, and I'm trying to blink it out of my eyes, and I put my hand probably on the center part of my armor where the power source comes from, and I reach out one more time with my right hand, and I'm gonna try and shock and grasp this guy as I see him fighting Varsha.
Okay.
With advantage, I assume, because he's got metal armor.
Mm-hmm. It is with
26 for 10 lightning damage.
And this is on who?
This is on blue.
Okay. 10 damage strikes out. Exactly as he starts to tense up. And he takes a bunch of thunder damage. Nice.
This one is lightning.
Excuse me, lightning. Okay.
And then, I think that is it for me.
Varsha.
Oh my god!
20 fucking 9 nat 20 for my attack.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
And oh, never mind. That's not Chaos Bolt.
You picked up this sword as well.
Yeah, that
and
would've been
it's
so
just like
good.
become an extension of your arm.
Yeah. It's like fucking insane. I like to think she saw Tenno get hurt and she's just willing to die for this.
Yeah. Okay. One moment as I'm trying to adjust something here in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Because better late than never.
It did it for me, right? I don't need to roll the damage again, or do I?
It's the
No,
boss battle
that's
that we're not in yet.
16.
That he's setting up, by the way, as an enormous tinkered
You're so fucked.
thing breaking through the wall.
The jail itself becomes the boss.
Yeah, it's a
prison.
giant mimic.
Yep, the jail. I've never done that before.
He says, quickly looking up the
Hold on, what
stat
is the
block
stats
for a
for
jail
prison
building mimic.
Jail construct.
Dude, that would be absolutely awesome if this it's so ridiculous, but it's just a transformer turns into a big steampunk golem thing.
Can we take a
All the
break?
war.
Should we take a break right now? For no reason. Okay, almost ready. I'm just making this. I just want to.
And then it dies instantly because of Letho. He just like comes out of one of
burns
the
it
eyes
really
and he's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that. Ooh, I'm missing one. Because we can, and I set this up and we haven't used any of it.
I'm absolutely terrified as to what he's doing right now.
I don't worry about it. When have I ever let
I'm waiting
you?
for it. I'm waiting for
When have I
it.
ever
man.
let you down? Okay.
He's gonna be like, in the distance, you see a giant tsunami
I
gathering.
enunciate the spider.
That's what I sound like.
Oh wow, the spider run down the beach, yeah. Bam 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 badam bam badam bam
Yeah.
bam bam. And he's like,
It's playing in
yeah.
my head. Thank you.
it drops down in front of you.
Selfie just runs past us.
And I did close out of the map on accident. Okay, so can you see this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Okay. Give me 1 sec.
Did I trigger final boss? Fuck.
Oh wow.
Reset my my map.
Crit
here.
success, but final boss. 2 crit successes. Fucking Varsha.
That's how you. Yeah, if you do 3 crits in a row,
That was
you
it.
get-
Yeah.
You activate a boss. The Spellwind creates a boss battle.
Yeah, the Spellwind
Sorry, players, we
is-
cannot allow this.
is drunk up by the
Doing it's not supposed to be easy, you know. It's supposed to be a complete grind and bullshit against you versus the DM.
That's it. Okay,
To get 3
so
crits in a row, you have to have a boss fight. That's a rule.
it's the rule. All right, sorry about that. So, Varsha, you are in the middle of destroying someone, right? Yes.
I mean, I hope so. I wasn't sure.
You just rolled a critical
16.
Uh,
16 against blue.
Yeah.
16 against blue, and you've reduced his armor by 1. So that's cool. And 16. That's sweet. Okay, what does this look like?
Well, he's still alive, right?
He is still alive.
But his armor is reduced by 2.
Yes.
I just imagine Varsha being wildly attacking in this fight. Like, she's not really using any of the training that she had. Also, I think this is her first big battle like this, so she's just wildly attacking. So I think, like, can I take his hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course you can take his hand.
Yeah.
So,
She'll cut his
like-
hand off.
Yeah, like Star Wars
Because he's the one that. So she reached out for green, and then he went in to attack her, right? So I think she just turns around and lobs
just-
his fucking arm off. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you reached to kill green, and then he reached to attack you. He's already exposed. You've turned around. I think you've shifted your weight. Like as you've lunged forward, you shifted your weight. Your leg is still kicked out toward that direction, but in that swing and that rotation of your center of gravity, you're able to use that to then lop off the way. And you know where the gauntlets connect. You know that there's a weak spot right by the elbow, right underneath the elbow. There is that chunk of flesh that is exposed just by the ill design of the armor, and you are able to find that and almost cut into your microphone cover. As you then cut into and cut off, as blood starts to then pool and drip from the sever, his sword arm. Yeah, it's a sword arm. Nice. As you deal a shit ton of damage to him. Okay. Anything else, Varsha?
No, she's just insane. She's just wildly attacking and hoping it works.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Whereas, like, you look at Varsha, she's covered in blood. She's got a bloodshot eye. Her ear is bleeding, and she's just, like, hoping something works. Meanwhile, you look over at Ty, and he's, like, fucking dancing on the battlefield. Yeah, Like,
hasn't
just
been hit once.
very skilled, and she's just hoping for the best.
Yeah, just brute force. Like,
I was
There's-
hit
Yeah.
once. I got to cut down. I did the God King from Bet 300 thing.
that's true. Yeah.
He has
You
the
made-
one cut on his cheek.
Yeah, that's true. And after today, we'll make a rogue bleed. So the rogue fighter bleed. The Sworn's turn. Blue.
Acid damage
They all take acid damage.
on orange.
Oh yeah, just orange. Thank you. Is
5 acid damage on
5.
orange.
okay.
I think the rolls on roll 20 are stuck
Oh
for
yep.
the stream.
Thank you.
The turn order also reset.
We don't
When
need
you
that
switch
anymore.
maps, the turn order only stays for the GM.
Oh, okay.
All good.
All right, so that's that. Cool. You're after the Sworn here, Jet.
Okay.
So he takes 5 acid. He's gonna strike this goblin again, orange. He's gonna strike the goblin that's down here. We can't see it, of course. That does hit. And is able to into the goblin. And they both both goblins are now laying down on the cobblestones. crying out in goblin curses as they're both bleeding. And the orange then turns to look at you, Smith, readying another attack. Blue is just lost his sword arm.
His army days are over.
What was that?
Nothing.
Okay. I will... He's going to cower. I mean, if you want to strike again, you can, but he's not going to do anything this round. The equivalent of him also like panicking and running away from the space would happen here, but I don't think he would. He is exposed. He's hurt, but he's going to fall prone. And I don't know if that counts as... I don't know if that would take a reaction to fall prone.
I don't think so. If he's not
I don't
moving,
think so. Yeah, he's going to fall prone. And
you
just,
can eat.
Well,
opportunity
hold on.
attacks, you have to manually move, and if he's falling
Hold on,
prone,
he
he's still
may
in the
not.
same
There's other
square.
things. There's other things he could do. It's just really weird if I do them, but we'll see what I can do. Last ditch efforts.
Flick blood everywhere.
Yeah, blinded, blood blinded. Okay. Okay. What I think happens, instead of what I said there, was Varsha, as you strike his arm, as you sever his arm, and he sort of turns and looks at you and screams and wails. There is a look in his eyes. I think for a moment he takes off his helmet and he looks at the arm that's now missing, and he's wailing in pain, and he looks up at you, and you've worked with this soldier before. I need you, and...
Hey, where's Dan? Because we need that GM of consequences. We need that GM of consequences title, because this is absolutely... right, okay.
And you recognize this as you were in training with this sworn. His brother Roderick, and he bested you every chance he could during training. And there's a bit of shock as he then realizes who you are, what you're doing, and you will need to take a wisdom
Suck my
save.
dick!
You have
She does not fucking
you
care.
have second wind or second exhaustion. Does that affect this here?
Nope, just movement speed.
Just movement speed and skill checks. The saves are still the same?
No, it's an ability check.
Okay, ability checks.
Oh, well, I did disadvantage anyway. Got 18 and 23.
That's true.
So
Yeah. That's true.
Sure.
You did. Okay.
But I think it's just skill checks, so it's actually a 23. It's a nat 20.
Yeah. Okay. And on a save, you just resist. Okay. You remember, but you push that away for a moment because you remember how much of a dick he was, and your
I actually
claws,
can I?
Yeah, you can totally interrupt me.
I think I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I don't think I would remember he was a dick. I actually do think that tempers me. I think the save will calm me down.
Okay.
Because she's wildly attacking right now.
Yes.
So I think she recognizes him and now is kind of like, holy shit, and is sort of now back into her body, and she's here in the moment and realizes what's going on. So yeah.
Cool, great. But that's gonna be his turn. And now it's Jet's turn.
Okay, so I'm back at Tenno, and he's taken all this damage from the nat 20 before, so I'm going to reach out. Again, I've torn open the part of his robe that's been damaged, and I pull out the blade sprig salve, and I'm going to smear it on it. And as it does, it's going to almost look like it's going to heal really fast, but like, you know, those really gross kind of keloid scars.
Yeah.
That just it's huge.
Yeah.
Then I pull out
Stitching right up. Yep.
then I pull out the globe of liquid that I had, and I pour it on it, and the scar shrinks down so it looks like a seam. But how many maximum, what's it called now? The dice for healing, like in a short rest. How many does he have of those?
Hit dice.
Oh, hit dice.
Yeah, how many hit dice does he have?
Does Tenno have?
Mm-hmm.
He has.
What level is Tenno, basically? Just think about it like that.
He's 5.
So how many hit dice is that?
5 hit
5.
dice.
Okay.
You healing him for 5?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
For 14.
14. Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. And as you do this, as you start to then rip off you rip the doublet over his shoulder and then get a good look, and are able to use the blade spray to create this keloid scar, and then use the I think mechanically you're using your healer's kit, which is that globe of healing, and you splash that onto the wound, and then the scar seems to then close up, which then he was able to move because there was still the trauma. And then of course as you close the wound, and then that globe was able to then knit back the clavicle or the collarbone that was shattered by that hit, as he then moves it around and then starts to recover as you heal 14. Hell yeah. Anything else on your turn, Ty?
I take a drag of my cigarette, and then yeah. No,
I'm sorry, Ty. Jet.
I don't do anything anymore.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, because Jet's or Ty's up next. All right, Ty. Now it's your turn, Ty.
Take a drag on my cigarette.
Thank you. Yeah.
I am going to continue to attack the orange fella.
Yeah.
I believe he was a president at one point. Don't worry about it, guys.
I don't get it.
Jokes are better at the beginning of the episode. Now they're
sort of peter off towards hour 2. All right, go ahead.
I stab him with sword, please. Oh, maybe not on a 14.
14 doesn't hit.
Wait, which guy are you stabbing?
Orange man. Orange man bad.
Would it not be with advantage because they are flanking, or are we not doing flanking?
All right, let me.
If you end the entire episode now, that's
break.
fine.
We got to talk about flanking. All right, we are not doing
That would be
flanking
pretty
rules.
funny. Could you imagine?
And a 12. I don't know what's happening here. Probably just he's deflecting my attacks as we go. As I come spinning in.
Yeah, he turns around. You're able to strike his shoulder, or his the pauldron above his chainmail, and that distracts him, or at least gets him to notice. And as he does, he swings his shield arm around and blocks that second attack as he readjusts toward you.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Smith, it is your turn.
I am going to probably do the same thing now. I've still got my hand over like the center of my chest, and I'm using whatever remaining power I've got left in this suit to try and reach out for blue again and shocking grasp.
Okay.
22 for 9 damage.
22
Lightning.
hits, 9 damage on blue. Tell me how you kill blue with your shocking.
I think I'm not even really expecting it. There's not a lot of force in the grab. I just kind of reach out, and he's, obviously in a lot of pain from losing the hand, freaking out, looking at Varsha, and I just kind of barely touch the armor, but it's enough of a conductive surface that I'm able to shock him and sort of put him out of his misery. And as he goes down to the ground, we say 148.
Can
And then
we
I slowly
make eye
turn towards
contact,
Orange.
Smith? Is that okay? Can I do that in the middle of battle? Can I make eye contact with Smith? Because I think I'm upset. Like I knew this guy and we trained together, and I feel like you would see that I hesitated for a second.
Yeah, and that could have been why Smith jumped in and grabbed.
Yeah.
You see the Sworn's face tense up for a moment, and then it relaxes, but or at least it stiffens. And as you let go, the face is still sort of contorting as electricity is still spasming some of the muscles, but involuntarily as he slumps towards the ground, and still that lightning spiting across the armor from the arcane technology that is Smith's suit.
I slowly turn towards Orange.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I just raise up my hands. And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Varsha, it is your turn.
27 to hit.
Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah, you lunge forward. 27 does hit, as with, once again, keeping your distance and really honing this lunge, you're able to, the tip of the sword is able to then bite into just above the knee where Orange is defending, and you deal 10 damage.
And I think this attack is a bit more measured. She's refocused herself a bit. Still injured as fuck. But
I think the prisoner didn't attack last round. Ooh, oh well. Okay. Awesome. Anything else?
nope, that's it.
Orange is going to attack. Is Orange going to attack? Is Orange?
The last remaining combatant?
Yes. I think Orange.
Does he know he's the last?
Let's check.
The body's up to his knees.
Yeah.
Might be a good indication.
Orange.
Well, he's the last man here. We're still at the the gates.
Yeah.
That's
the
true.
prison,
In this fight.
He's never alone with the God King at his side.
I mean, there's a bunch of guards still inside, right? I'm assuming this isn't like the end of the war here.
Shh, that's meta, and we don't know.
We came from inside.
This is
that's
the
why
last one ever.
This is the last episode of the show. We've done it. We've killed. This is the God King in front of us right now.
This is it. I think for a moment, he lowers his weapon. I say that last bite, I think that last thrust from the sword from Varsha kicks into his knee or kicks into his thigh. He then takes a moment and assesses and realizes he's the only one left. And I have to make a roll here. His hand turns white in color, or like in glowing and divine energy, as he places it on his chest and says, "Rolthane, with me." And he stands up tall and readies to continue fighting. And he's going to strike, or at least try to strike, Varsha. Uh, 16.
Makes it, breaks it.
For 10 slashing damage. As I rolled max. For 10 slashing damage, as he says, "Rolthane with me," and then he goes in for he does the same sort of lunge, but he breaks your lunge with encounters and sort of like an old fencing move that not many people, of course, with long weapons use, but are able to, in that moment, open up and expose your chest as he's thrown your weapon towards the side. You still holding on to it, opens up your arm and opens up yourself toward him as he then finds your vitals with his sword and is able to hit you for 10, slashing the same as you both.
I think a wound opens from like the nape of her neck down to the bottom of her rib cage. Varsha looks like she's gonna drop any second.
Yeah. Okay. I need everybody right now to make a perception check as the top. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Jet's turn, and then I'll have you do it.
There's nothing I can do for Varsha. I've healed her this way before today. I can only do it once
Per person.
a day. Otherwise, I could hurt them. So I turn to this guy and I'm going to pull out my crossbow. For lack of anything else to do.
Okay.
And I miss.
Yeah, with a 9, you are able to load the crossbow, heft it forward, and launch, but you see a splash in the distance as it hits the water, but unable to find purchase on this guy.
Exhausted. Else? I just let go of the crossbow, and I'm going to just turn back to Tenno to see if he's okay.
Tenno looks fine. He's a little worried right now, but he is fine.
All right.
After seeing what just happened to Varsha.
There's nothing else I can do, so I'm going to pass.
Okay. I need everybody to make perceptions. Tenno is going to move forward in a passionate advance toward the sworn here. And hits. Oh, I'm sorry. He, on the way, he's going to grab one of the long blades off of the ground because he gave the falcata over.
Oh, no, he had the scimitar. This is
the scimitar. Yeah, so he picks up the scimitar and then attacks. What's the damage on your scimitar?
A D4 at the moment.
D4 right now.
Because he broke it.
Well, the good news is I rolled max. Okay, as he then...
some rolls, you've got some glints, you've got a bend.
Yeah, it's real rough right now. As he then, with a passionate advance, makes his way toward the sworn, and as the sworn has ducked low and has found purchase of his blade past yours, Varsha, Tenno runs forward and then uses the tip of the blade to try to stab, or the tip of the scimitar to stab into, and unfortunately, scimitars aren't so great for stabbing because of their weird angle, and is unable to get a great stab, but still a stab nonetheless, as he reacts and takes that damage. It is, and we all rolled our perceptions.
Yes.
I rolled a 6.
8.
3.
16.
Varsha, I think in your haze and the wooze of your wound, you start to hear the familiar sounds of clattering sabatons and the march of the sworn as another squad starts to make its descent down the northern part behind Jet of Stormford. Up ahead, there is a dock, and pulling in is the Camilla. Top of the round, Ty.
I'm going to attempt to slaughter this man with a natural 27.
Thank fuck.
And an 18.
Wowee! Okay.
There was no attempt. He just slaughters the man.
Yeah.
Is that enough to kill him?
That's enough to kill him, yeah. So let me know what happens here.
I run the falcata across his leg, and that destabilizes him, and I put the ruby dagger in his neck.
As you do.
As you do.
And just let him fall down, and then look around for more. If there are more coming.
There are more coming up the stairs.
All right. Get to the boat.
Yeah, so as you as this happens, you end the life of this last sworn, and some, of course, are advancing still down the stairs. The dock up ahead has the Camilla is approaching it, and unfortunately, there is a sworn Templar and a sworn soldier on that dock, ready to meet the Camilla. And that is where we are going to end the episode tonight of Spellwind.
Dude, I feel
What?
so exhausted. It's
Yeah.
so cool because we are exhausted, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh wow, like there's like more. Like there's no way this. It's not like we're just like, okay, let's rest. Like we have to keep doing
you have
more.
to.
Yeah.
You
And
have
it's-
to
It
keep
I
feels
doing it.
just-
so good though, because that's exactly what would happen.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know, there's so many, games that you're in where it's like, oh, that combat feels sort of realistic, but this is a last stand kind of thing. This is really good.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
scary, but
you guys
it's
are
good.
all injured. Is Jet injured?
Nope. But I have no
Okay.
spell slots, so I am useless,
just-
but I am not injured.
You're just a civilian right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Civ RP.
Smith and Varsha are heavily wounded.
Yeah.
Save up.
Yeah.
You guys are injured. I'm not
Yeah.
Run a
injured.
gun store next. Mm.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just want to remember this for next week.
Hey, thank you everybody for being here. Thanks for watching us on Table Story. We're going to go around and talk about ourselves, and just sort of decompress for a moment. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and start tonight off by saying hello and goodbye to Meyer.
Hello. Goodbye.
That's it.
Uh,
It's his last day here with us, everyone.
thank you.
That's a lie. I'm kidding. Come back.
Hi, my name is Meyer, and I play Jet today. I do RP stuff on my channel. Mostly Star Citizen. Well, I've actually turned my Star Citizen streams into like a Star Citizen RP thing, which has been really cool. I've been like doing cinematic missions and stuff, a la Mythomatic and Bear Black and stuff. And I'm looking to pressure Myth into getting back into Star Citizen to do more of that with me. I also do a lot of Wild West RP as well on the Wild RP server for Red Dead Redemption 2. It is.
Never heard of that. What is that?
Oh, funny you should say.
Well,
Whack.
basically, it's storytelling crack, and you should be doing it. Are you doing it? Do it. Are you doing it?
Whack.
Do it. That's me. You can find me on twitch.tv/Meyer.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Meyer. Awesome. It was really awesome seeing you, seeing Jet react today off of that critical.
Yeah.
That was super cool. And thank you for sort of giving that sort of giving up the Firebolt, which has been his go-to up until now. It was really cool to see. What that means for the future, we'll see. But it was still really cool, a really cool part of the scene. I really enjoyed.
I mean, like, he's already cocked things up once with the Natural One, where he, like, almost, killed Bambi and everybody else in the forest.
Yeah.
And now he's, like, gone the converse now, and, it accelerated the combat, but it also hurt the person he was trying to protect.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be rough for him going forwards about how he's going to want to be useful in the future and how he's going to do that, because as a healer he has the healing trait, right? And he can do a burst of heals but only once a day, and after that he's feeling useless again.
Yeah.
So he's going to be dancing around that for a while too. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to play around, especially since we haven't even gotten to the end of this encounter yet.
Yeah,
And that's it.
It's gonna be so much. Thank you so much, Meyer. Go check out Meyer. Check out his streams. Check out what he does. He does some really awesome stuff. I highly recommend his content. Please go do it. Brad.
Hello there, it's me, Brad. I am also here.
He's here.
Yeah, I've got nothing to shout out really. Mist Light tomorrow, which is the D&D show that I run here on Table Story. On Saturday, we have the second episode of a Warhammer 40k show called The Final Gift. If you want to watch that, you have until Saturday to watch the first episode somewhere on the VODs or on YouTube. And the second episode of that will be on Saturday. It was very fun to witness. And on my channel, I'm playing Bannerlord at the moment, which is me living out a medieval power fantasy. basically. So.
Okay. And I like
that's
that.
it. All right. I don't stream any Wild RP, but you will hear my character wandering around in the background of everyone else's streams if you watch everyone else here and half of the chat.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Brad. I really enjoyed watching you sort of struggle today with Ty and what was supposed to, like, it just wasn't necessarily going the way Ty expected, which was cool, but also seeing him try to figure it out and go with it is still Ty's and always has been Ty's.
I
sort of theme.
like that thing of him, he so doesn't want to be a leader, and every time he's in a leader role, he sucks at it as well. It's not like even that. Sometimes you get those story arcs where they're like, you're destined to be the leader, and they get into the leader role, and they're like, they become the greatest leader of all time. Kind of like that he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like that. Even the roles are like, no, you fell over and you fucked that up, and you got a bunch of people killed, kind of with not bad calls, but just like maybe a misunderstanding or lack of knowledge or experience, maybe. But it's fun. I like it.
Hell yeah! Thank you so much, Brad. Go follow Brad on all the things. PB.
Hello, hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. I play Varsha. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry. I don't use Twitter. You can find me at Twitch at Pumpkinberry. I am also playing massive amounts of Wild RP because I love it so very much. But I am currently playing through Returnal, which I cannot tell you anything about except that it's fucking awesome because I need people in here to play it. And that's it. If you want to see stuff that I've jammed, I'm a resident GM here on Table Story. You can check out Ungodly, which is the surreal comedy, Gone, Existential Crisis, the show, or Nocturne, which is a supernatural kind of adventure. And that's it.
Supernatural existential crisis.
Thank you so much, PB. Go follow PB on all the things as well. She's an awesome storyteller and GM and narrator here on Table Story. Thank you. And Whack.
Hey everybody, I am Whack Steven. I played Smith for you today. He is out of juice. This does not happen often, but had to burn pretty much everything just to give us any sort of chance. I think that was the only thing he really felt like he could do.
Yeah.
So he, if he's gonna be able to use his abilities and his suit whenever possible, in the best case scenario, he will always try to do that. But still, just sometimes it's not enough.
Battery
sometimes
low.
you don't. Yeah, battery is running low. He's hurting and he is out of juice, so this will be interesting. I want to say how.
But I thought he could do this all day.
But he said that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I also love the fact that Varsha just became fucking like insane god tier death machine today. She rolled
Those
so
nat
many
20s,
crits.
man.
If you count the crits from the Suikoden combat as well, I think you had 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was
It was
nuts.
like
Crazy.
5 or 6 today. Death machine.
The Spellwind was with you today.
Yeah.
That's
Amazing.
Yeah, wow. I'm just scrolling through it right now and seeing all
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yet she managed to not blow everyone up at the same time. Amazing how that works.
Isn't that nuts?
Crazy. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And thank you, as always, Myth, for throwing some really interesting stuff our way. That
It was
great.
so good. It was so good.
So good. I do a bunch of stuff here on Table Story. I'm running Rime of the Frost Maiden for a group of wonderful players as well. That is on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Myth is a part of that. It's we're really close to the end. It's getting very close to the end. So check that out. We're on break right now from Witchcraft and Wizardry. We'll give you any updates when we have them. And I do a Isekai TTRPG design stream on Wednesdays before the show, 1 p.m. Eastern, that shows the process of creating a TTRPG from scratch. And that's been a lot of fun. It's been going really well, and we've made a lot of progress. And we're getting close to doing some group tests with my friends. Getting close.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very excited to see more of that. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for playing and putting up with my homebrew shit.
It's so
also,
good.
the same with you as well, audience. Thank you so much for watching and listening and enjoying Spellwind. I don't know about all of you, but I really needed today. So thank you very much for being a part of it and being a part of my day today. This was a lot of fun. We're still not through it. There's still a bit more of this war of attrition that seems to be happening between hit points and the Sworn. So that's exciting. Can't wait for next week to see what else there is to throw at you and how we all get out of this. As for me, I'm Mythomatic. You can follow me over on my channel. I am a storyteller and immersive role player, streamer, cinematic RPer, whatever you want. Asshole. There's a whole lot of things you could say there. You can follow me over on twitter.com/mythomatic or twitch.tv/mythomatic. And what else? You can follow my Patreon if you are interested in more Spellwind goodness. And I'm currently playing through Witcher over on my channel in the mornings. So if that's something you're interested, I'll be doing that tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. No HUD because I'm crazy. But thank you, everybody. We have been Table Story, and we went a little bit over today. So just thanks once again for bearing with me and bearing with us as we told the story for you. Have a good night, everybody. Be well. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Miss Light tomorrow. Okay, bye.